general chat that we have for like the first time ever, so pretty cool. Let's go. Copy. Let's say we're pushing up. Pushing up keys with the Mistweaver. Let's grind some IO. Let me post this in the Discord and then we'll get started. Whoa, a lot of people queuing up. Also, a lot more like item level on average than earlier this week. Plus 20 experience when current. Okay. I don't even know. I don't want to like just pick and choose. We'll take a bear tank. They're pretty fun to heal. Ooh, a windwalker though. Yes, sir. Sign me up. And then, I don't know, like a warrior maybe. I don't know. I'm spoiled for choice. Yeah, let's just take the warrior. Banjo. Oh, we need one more. Okay, we need one more. Take the mage. The mage food in here. All right, let's make sure I can read chat. So I've got Twitch chat pulled up. Let me get YouTube chat pulled up as well. All right, YouTube chat is pulled up. Man, there's someone going ham on these dummies. Whew. All right, let's get this started. So the plan today is just to push up our own key. We didn't really do that on Friday of last week or on Wednesday of last week, because we kind of got roadblocked by our tanks not being able to tank the Ruby Life Pools boss. But I grinded that off stream. I got that key out of the way. And now we're just rolling with what we have. And we have right now it's a +8. Which is, it's like fine for vault loot, but where we want to be at is around the +10 level and higher. So I think that's what we could do this week. We just have to do it. Also, did I not invite a bear tank? Pretty sure I invited a bear tank. Anyways, let's just jump into it. But right now we have a +8 Algathar Academy. So we're just going to blitz this. Hopefully it just goes smoothly. And then we'll move on from there. Hopefully we can +2 it and just jump right into a +10. Yeah, let's jam it. Let's use our consumes. Do a ready check. Also make sure our tank is marked. And we're ready to rock and roll. But welcome in everyone. Happy Monday. Hopefully your weekends went well. Mine did. I've been very busy this weekend. We were getting part of our kitchen like redone because it was just like, oh, it was so bad. But it looks very nice. So our house has been like occupied by just random people throughout the weekend. But personally, I am cranking out guide videos left and right, and they are taking up a large majority of my time. And for those that don't know, I'm working on my Mythic Plus Mistweaver guide, like full in-depth guide. And I basically had it completely made. Well, like I had like steps 1 and 2 done. My plan is on step 3 to come back with graphics and add in graphics to help explain what I'm talking about. So I had steps 1 and 2 done with no graphics on it. It was just like me talking, me showing you what I'm talking about. And I was just like, this is just way too long, way too like windy. I'm explaining things a little too much, and it just like it's stretched out. So I completely restarted, like 100% restarted with a script and everything to make it shorter and more concise. So that is what I've been working on. That's what I'm trying to blitz out to you guys. I want to get you guys a guide as soon as possible. That's, you know, more involved than my my 1 minute guide. And I am very happy with where it's at right now. I just have to after today's stream, we're gonna I say we, but I'm gonna kind of like act out what I talk about. So like I'm just gonna pick a talking point in the video and then just go and act it out in like some kind of environment, and then just make that sync up with the video. So I still have a long ways to go in the video, but I think I'll be able to grind it out tonight. Monday nights aren't very eventful. I usually just sit down and grind for hours on videos anyways, so it works out. But then shortly after that, I have my Halls of Infusion guide. No. My Neltheris guide is about halfway done. So, but I wanted to pause that while we got a Mythic Plus guide out. So right after I release the Mistweaver guide, we're going to release a Neltheris guide, and try to blast out the last of the dungeon guides. But if you have not seen those, I have healing guides, like how to heal each dungeon. And we have like only 3 out so far, but from what I've seen in the comments, you guys really like them, so, and I'm very happy with them as well. So, but one of those is Algathar Academy. If you're ever wondering, like, man, I'm struggling on this boss, like, why can't I heal it? Definitely check out that video. Because I talk about like everything, what to look for as the healer kind of thing. So it's a good time. I think it's a good time. Me.
What is that thing? This is your fault.
Let's do it. I typed clockwise, but I'm not in party chat, so I wonder if anyone saw it. Let's... Hopefully they see my ping over there saying, hey, we're going that way. Oh. Someone didn't get the memo. Oh no, there's a lasher way out there. That's okay. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. It just means that for the next lasher group, there's going to be just an extra enemy. Maybe 2 extra enemies, because it looks like we're not going to be able to kill both of those. Ow. Let's stun them all. The mage had aggro. Ooh, that could have gotten scary. Good thing about having a brewmaster is they could detox themselves if they need to. But we also have revival, which this is kind of the only spot that revival's really useful for a long time in this dungeon. If we ever needed to use it, which we might want to here soon, but nah, we're chilling. Ooh, we got clipped. Let's rip a Shale or a Chi-Ji. That's the one. We should be fine. Unfortunately, I forgot to get a B-res. Also, I am not stacked with a group, which is very bad. Pop a defensive just in case we nab aggro on any of these guys. It's leg sweep, but I don't even think it works. I think we're gonna have to spinning crane kick to get these guys down. Let's just rip a Shaloons. It's just a 5 stack. I think it got to 6 stacks right before the cast went off. But, ooh, we don't have Chi-Ji. I popped Chi-Ji there at the end, literally just for a Chi-Cocoon. That was pretty bad. Hey, what's up? Revival on Vexmas is a lifesaver. Yeah, but the way that we're going, we won't be on Vexmas for quite a while. But yeah, Revival on Vexmas is like goated. It's insane. Hey, what trinkets do you think are currently top tier that are worth farming? So by farming, I think you mean, do I have a link to my updated week order? I do. Oh no, this warrior died again. I do. If you want to join my Discord, I have all of my UI available, not just my week orders, but it's all just downloadable, very like for free. I'll link you my Discord in just a second. It doesn't work. The link doesn't work on, like if you type exclamation Discord, it doesn't work on YouTube. But I'll grab it for you once we, I guess once we hide behind this pillar again. All right, speed, speed. Grab the Discord link. Exclamation point Discord. That doesn't work. Discord. Let me grab this link for you. But yeah, all my week orders are in a channel there called My UI, and like I said, it's not just all my week orders. It's also like it's like different week orders that I use from other people, like the ones that other people have created. Kind of like this renewing mist one is on there, the one that does the glowy border and this tracking of how many renewing mists are out, and like just some other things are in there. But what trinkets do I think are top tier that are worth farming? So the word farming makes me think that you're asking like which Mythic Plus trinkets are most worth it. Because, you know, those are the ones that are farmable. And I'll be honest, at this early in the season, I usually just like YOLO dungeons. Like I just like grab whatever gear I can get. So I don't know if we're to the point of like farming yet. I would honestly just say push as high key level as you can each week instead of just jamming one key over and over. Because you don't want to fall behind in IO and then not get invited into the keys that you're trying to do in future weeks. However, if you're really just wanting to hunt a trinket, I totally get that. I don't know. We can pull up the dungeon journal here because I guess this is a pretty chill fight. We can look at loot, I guess. Right, we can do that. Loot. Let's make sure we're not dying, though. Let's sort by trinkets. Okay, that trinket's kind of... Yeah. Emerald Coach's Whistle, I don't think is very good at all. Just granting mastery, I mean, yeah, we don't want that as Mistweaver. So Alcathar Academy is a no for me. There's none in Brackenhide. Let's see. Paul's... Iridia's Fragment isn't good for us, but other people like it. Ooh, but Water's Beating Heart is actually very good. Periodically imbue yourself while in combat with Tainted Primal Wellspring Water, reducing your verse and movement speed. However, dispelling the water's impurities reverses the effect, increasing your verse by a lot. 10% movement speed and granting all nearby allies a small shield. I'm pretty sure if you pop this while you have Chi-Ji on, you're like immune to the slow effect, and it just like gives everyone verse and a small shield. So that's like pretty cool if that's how that works, or if you can like Tiger's Lust yourself. It's not like a horrible one to do, you know, for like week 1 and stuff. It's not horrible. It's not worth farming though, but I guess that's your question. But hold on, we'll finish up as we fly toward Veximus. We'll walk through the rest of the dungeon journal. But so far, those first few ones are not worth actually grinding for. Like, there's no coagulated Genisar blood or any of that in there. Let's just Shayloons. That way our healing all goes in the tank. We're not gonna score. That way we can kind of delay how long for the next one we can. Ooh, we took no damage from that. Diffuse magic. OP. Oh yeah, we want to delay how the buffs that we get. But we're gonna come up on 4 stacks here. Maybe we should not keep doing that. Okay, so the homie scored. Got a damage amp phase. Because some groups, like, I guess it's more of a coordinated group thing. Some groups really like to hold off on scoring your first goal. And you're going to score the wind goal right before the boss offers up the goals again. So I believe it's like 45% health is when the boss does the second goal spawn. So as long as you pop that first one before then, you can get the wind goal haste bonus plus the damage buff of the fire boss, or the fire one. And it's pretty cool. You can like stack both the buffs. It's like you just become a machine gun of damage. It's crazy. But like I said, that's like a hierarchy coordinated group thing. But I think a large majority of like your trinkets that you're going to be running this season are going to be the raid trinkets. I think the raid trinkets are going to be the strongest across the board, because like Fire Axe is going to be your like best in slot Mythic Plus trinket, and then there's like a lot of stat stick trinkets that are really solid, like from raid, like the Black Dragon one that gives you leech and crit is really solid. OCE is just a good stat stick. Like Brewkeeper's Promise is a good stat stick, and like kind of buffs your effective health pretty nicely. Let's go through the rest of the dungeon journal. I have 12s timed in all slots currently, but I'm using the Ice Heart at hero level with a leech proc. Dang, but using that dispel can be risky AF. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But dude, nice. Leech, a heroic leech trinket already. Very nice. Dude, you're already slamming some keys, man. Your playtime must be crazy since this Season 4's dropped. I guess I have not been able to play like as much as I'd like to. Let's pull back up the dungeon journal. Finish this off. Neltharis. Ooh, Spoils of Neltharis is pretty good. It's just a nice stat stick. But it's not like your best stat stick. And like I said, there are so many good raid ones that it'll likely get replaced eventually. But if you're looking for one to farm, it's not horrible. Ruby Life Pools, these trinkets aren't very good. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to do some healing. Ruby, Azure Vaults, that one's not that good. Knockcode, hey, Knockcode has a really good trinket. I like it a lot. And then, yeah, that's about it. I would say if you're going to farm a Mythic Plus trinket, Tearstone's not bad. Like, look, I just put a shield on the mage, and then once that mage's shield goes away, it applies a shield to everyone. So, like, for Vicious Ambush, I could be LOSing that, by the way, but for Vicious Ambush, you could, like, put the shield on that target, and it'll protect them from getting one shot, and then it'll put a shield on everyone else, just in case someone gets clipped by the breath, for example. It's pretty good. I really like the Singing Stone. But the thing is, like, the Mythic Plus trinkets, I keep saying, they're not, like, as worth farming as the raid trinkets. And plus, since we're in a season where we're going to be able to get all the trinkets basically from the vendor, you're basically going to buy, like, Fire Axe plus whatever other trinket you want to go. For myself, I do think I'll go Broodkeeper's Promise just because I absolutely love that trinket. And it makes you a little bit more survivable, gives you versatility and a rolling hot on yourself and the tank. And with how many bleeds are in this season, like tanks busting bleeds, I think just adding more effective health to yours and your tank's health bar is like very solid. But yeah, I do plan on buying both of my first trinkets from the vendor intended for Mythic Plus. Like, a lot of people are going to be buying their seedlings for raiding and stuff, but like I said, my guild is not raiding this season. A lot of them are just taking the season off, so I am just full on focused on Mythic Plus right now. Eventually I'll probably hop into raiding, try to get some parses up, you know, maybe find like a chill guild to just do a couple Mythic bosses, but for the early part of Season 4, we're all in on Mythic Plus.
Excuse the mess. It has been quite some time since students have been here.
I'm just putting together my lesson. Uh-oh. I need to change the way that Mana Void looks. I think my plater profile is a little confused and thinks that Mana Void is kickable. That's why it gives it a yellow glow. But it's no longer kickable. You have to like do a stop, like a Ring of Peace, Paralysis, or leg sweep. and my brain always just gets like its wires crossed and thinks that I can kick it. By farming trinkets, I mean ones that are droppable from keys that can be farmed. Yeah, like I said, I think the only one that's would be considered worth farmable or worth farming is probably the Singing Stone. If you're a Mythic Plus grinder, and if you're looking for like a raid trinket to farm for Mythic Plus, maybe like Spoils of Neltharis, I guess. I could have one completely wrong. It's just that none of these trinkets really excite me. Uh-oh. Game crash. Game crash. Yeah. So it'll just slowly roll the shield across multiple people. And we're back. I don't know what that was, but that was weird. But I mean, it is just like really nice. It's a really nice trinket. Shout out to my UI, super helpful. Yeah, Zenri is in the Discord, and they're saying join the Discord because I do have like all of my UI up. I think you'll want both. Both. I'm not from like Minnesota or the Northwest, I promise. I think you'll want both from the Bullion Firex Heart thingy and that Clash trinket one. Yeah, the Echo of Neltharis trinket is very solid. The one that just gives you a main stat buff when you pop your Chiji or Yulon. That one is very solid. And that's likely going to be the best in slot alongside Fyrax. One hit the boss. That's totally fine. All that the orbs do when they hit the boss is they just make him do his Arcane Fissure faster. Like, it just gives him energy when an orb hits the boss. And I remember one strategy was actually to let an orb hit the boss in, like, the first set. That way you kind of offset all of his spell casts. Because he does cast his spells in, like, a certain order. Let's just go in Revival. Like, you can delay one of, like, his Arcane Fissure, or I guess speed up his Arcane Fissure so that it doesn't overlap with, like, a Mana Bomb later down the line and stuff. But I don't know that exact strategy. I'm kind of just, like, talking off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure that's, like, kind of how it worked. Dang, I got, like, 3 in a row. Ooh, he got clapped. That's kind of my bad. There's 3 stacks. Yeah, we also don't have a... We don't have a B-res, which is a little sus. Whoop. Let's be safe. Get that off as that damage hits. Yeah, Seeing Stone has been really good for me, I think. I've been actually like pleasantly surprised at just how nice it is to have like another on-use shield in our kit. Whoa. And it's not anything insane. It's not like a huge shield. But it adds up, you know, like we just put it in the middle of this fight, and then across the fight it's just gonna keep putting shields on people. It's not horrible. So far we've killed 2 bosses, 4-man. Let's see. But yeah, I agree with Brian. I think you're eventually gonna want to get both of your trinkets from, or I guess technically all 4 or maybe all 3 of your trinkets from the Bullion vendor, because there are just so many good trinkets available from the raids this season. That's like where all the spice is. These dungeon trinkets are kind of, they're just fillers until you get better ones, really. When Seeing Stone breaks, it expires, it puts one shield on one random person. Shield can travel up to 4 times. So it'll just like bounce around. Kind of like a chi, not chi burst, chi, oh my goodness, I am blanking. What's the other one? Yeah, a slow traveling chi wave. I almost just got booped off the map. Gotta be careful. But yeah, like I said, if you want any of my UI, most of it, like all the stuff that I've remembered to put in there is available in the Discord channel. I'll go ahead and pull it up on screen here while this pull happens. This pull's not very threatening. Yeah, there's let's see, a My UI channel, and all the links are there. Just join up. There's no like paywall blocking you from my UI and stuff. Uh-oh. We should have saved that guy. I think the hunter has aggro up there or something, and maybe he doesn't know it, but we're trying to cheese the stairs. I'm on the same wavelength of Chunky Monkey. We're trying to use the stair cheese for Astral Whirlwind. For those that don't know how to cheese these Astral Whirlwinds with the stairs, and I'm pretty sure this works with one of the explosions in like Ruby Life Pools, you can use stairs. Because, like, how it's coded is, like, each one is, like, a different level. And I don't think it's, like, each one. I think it's, like, every other one or something is counted as, like, a different level or something like that. And I'm definitely oversimplifying how it actually works. But so if you're standing on a different level as the Astral Whirlwind, it's 2D. Like, it's a 2D circle that'll hit anyone on that level with it. So if you're standing on like a couple stairs down from the Astral Whirlwind, but you're still in what looks like the visual circle, you just won't be hit by it. Oh no! The Echo Knight. He's left out from his friends. I gotta close Discord. Yeah, like I said, we're just blazing through this +8. This is my key. Our goal today is just to push up my key as much as we can. What do you mean by all the heal of Shayloons go to the tank? If he's the only one missing. Oh, Christian, I know what you're talking about. I must have just like slipped up with what I said, but I meant all the healing of ancient teachings. So the reason why I Shayloonsed there was to top up everyone else's health. That way my ancient teachings healing was not split up across like other allies. It would all go into the tank. Because how ancient teachings works is it splits all the healing that it does among up to 5 allies that need healing. So if, say for example, you Rising Sun Kick and it does 100,000 damage, that will then do 150,000 healing, split evenly among any allies that need healing. So if only one ally needs healing, they're going to take 150,000 healing from your ancient teachings. But if all 5 of your allies are missing health, then everyone is just going to take 30,000 healing. It splits it evenly, depending on how many people actually need healing. So that's why Shayloon's gifted there, was to top up the rest of the group, even though they were only at like 80% health each. But it was so that I knew that my tank was under a lot of fire. I was really wanting to use my ancient teachings to like spot heal him. That was the purpose of that. I think I must have said it like backwards though. But yeah, the Shayloon's gift technically was indirectly. Oh no, that was his 3rd stack. Technically, the ancient teachings was like indirectly, or that the Shayloon's gift was indirectly gonna act as like a spot heal, since it was gonna make the ancient teachings do spot healing. That was a good turtle from the hunter, though. It was a really good turtle. I have like an old video from when they first announced the changes to ancient teachings, where it was going to split the healing instead of just spot heal one person. And a lot of people were like speculating how it, based on how it read when they first announced it, and they didn't really know what it meant. But dude, I guessed it right the first time. I just got clapped by that orb for actual no reason. But I made a video kind of explaining like, here's how I think it means it's going to work. I need to find that video again, but I'm sure if you go to my channel and just look up like ancient teachings, or maybe it was the one titled something like Mistweaver's New Groove or something. Something like that, maybe. But it kind of explains all how ancient teachings works, kind of in depth now. Because it is a little different than it used to be. It used to just only spot heal one person based on the damage you do. But now it splits it. Yeah. 2 fat IO. Love to see it. We only +1 dark key, though. That's kind of sad. Someone got a puzzle box, and someone got a cloak. Edson, do you need the cloaks? Dang, he does. All right, next key. What do we got? Bag. Our key is Uldaman. No easy keys today. No easy keys. Oh, now I get it. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, like I said, sometimes like when I'm playing and talking, sometimes like I say things in the wrong order, but I appreciate the questions because it lets me clarify. Ooh, but someone suggests, I think it was Ceiling Panda suggested that the video that I basically completely scrapped that I just posted anyways, but like unlisted maybe for like the patrons and stuff. So I think I'm gonna do that. Like I think I'm gonna put like the whole 40-minute version of the guide out just for the patrons in case they just want to watch it eventually. But soon, like within either tomorrow or the next day, like a 20-minute super in-depth guide is coming out. So to kind of complement the 1-minute guide that I made. If I had to guess, I don't think many people are gonna sign up to a +9. But this person wants his revenge. He didn't time a +9, so he wants it to go again. Guardian Druid tank. I don't know. I feel like if we get a Guardian Druid tank, we're really gonna have to get some bleed removes, like throughout the group. Thoughts on not being able to trade dungeon loot if it's an item level upgrade? It sucks to lose Abyss to someone who doesn't even need it. Yeah, it does suck, but it's really just a temporary upgrade for you until... Ooh, speaking of bleed removes, we take that. Do we want a lust? We have a lust. I think we take... Dude, we take the Shadow Priest. Going crazy. I mean, it does suck, though. But it's like, it's not the end of the world. You kind of just move on. I mean, I guess if it's a BIS piece, like if it's a myth track BIS piece or something, like a heroic track BIS piece, that definitely does suck. But if you're getting heroic track gear, you should by then have item level across the board to where you can trade things. But yeah, it kind of, I guess it is. It's good though for the game as a whole, Zenry, because it keeps like new players from being tricked, I guess. Because if someone's like, oh, you don't need that, trade it to me. But really, they could use it, you know? Dano, so yeah, like you said, you asked, what are the best trinkets for Mythic Plus? I know good ones come from Raid, but like, what's good for Mythic Plus? Let's TP to the dungeon while my brain still is on that. What dungeon are we doing? Uldaman, that's over here. So the best in slot trinkets I think for Mythic Plus as Mistweaver, #1 hands down is going to be Fyrax Tainted Rage Heart because it just gives you a massive shield. It does big damage. You're going to want that just to survive some boss mechanics. But then #2, you can mix. You can like kind of pick what you want. And there are situational ones, like if you just want a damage trinket, there are plenty of damage trinkets available. Like Barella Relos does big damage, but it's kind of risky. Surprisingly enough, the web trinket Sinarth is like really solid damage. Obviously Beacon to the Beyond is big damage, and are there any other ones? There's the arrow. The arrow's like fine damage, but I do think it's outshined by the other ones that I've mentioned. But that's just if you want like a pure damage trinket. I think what I'm gonna opt for is like a stat stick in the second slot. So I'm gonna either go with the Neltharion trinket. What's it called? Echo of Neltharion. From Raid. Yeah, like I said, I know you asked about Mythic Plus trinkets, but all the trinkets that drop from the dungeons this tier are a little underwhelming. But let's see, the Echo of Neltharion. Neltharion's called a Dominance. Neltharion's Call to Dominance is an excellent trinket from Mistweavers. But OCE is a good stat stick. Rashox is fine. I guess you shouldn't have mana problems in Mythic Plus, but this can add up a little bit of healing. Yeah, Iceblood Death Snare is really good. But I really like Brewkeeper's Promise. I really like Brewkeeper's. So I think I'm going to opt for Tainted Rage Heart, and then second trinket's going to be either Broodkeepers or Call to Dominance. But if you're just looking at ones from droppable from dungeons, I do think Singing Stone is like fine for the time being. I guess we can pull up all the trinkets again. Dungeons, trinkets. That one's not very good. Yeah, we just went through all these, but there's just not that many. I think if you're only looking at ones for from Mythic Plus, I think Spoils plus Singing Stone is like a fine combination. What does this one do? I remember I had it. Oh, it's an on-use intellect, but then you lose intellect for 20 seconds. I just don't think that's very good for us. Tome, have a chance to create 1 to 3 arcane illusions of yourself that channel 3 seconds, unleashing arcane barrage at your target's location, dealing. I mean, this one, sure, I guess. Look, this is probably your best damage trinket from the dungeons, I guess, Tome. But yeah, I think if you had to choose, I think Singing Stone and the other, this Spoils is probably fine for Mythic Plus. All right, let's jam this Ultimon. Let's have no issues. Let's do it with 0 deaths. What do you guys say? Tome from Azure Vaults is pumping. Wouldn't look past it right now. It is one that I looked past when it was OG like content, but now I do. It's one that I literally just did not even test on PTR, guys, if I'm being completely honest. But now that I read it again, it kind of does seem. It reminds me a lot of like Resonating Reservoir. The old trinket that does big damage from Shadowlands. Yeah, I quite like a stat stick and then a defensive and offensive choice for on use. Wondering if many DPS will use Whispering Incarnate. I've heard a lot of DPS are going to be using Whispering Incarnate, but I've also heard that OCE is like pretty solid. But I just don't know the stat sticks. I don't know. I'll have to look at like what stats they all give them side by side, because I'll also have to like look at the drop item level and stuff. Oof, hate to see it. Kick the Chain Lightning. We got our Zen Pulse off. We're blasting. Gonna leg sweep as these die. Reckless Rage. Oh no, I got hit by it. Dang, we had Chi Harmony on herself, and Expel Harm didn't even top us up. It's unfortunate though, because it did not crit, which is pretty important. Just another reason why crit is an excellent stat for actual defensive use as well. We're going to be ready to Ring of Peace like this side of the pole if the tank needs to kind of run a bit. But we can go ahead and just Life Cocoon him to be safe. Yeah, we're just going to give a Ring of Peace for the tank. I think it was late, but the tank didn't really need it, to be honest. Ooh, a big pool. Ooh, I thought the tank was going to LOS that Chain Lightning, but would have been sick. We're going to leg sweep all that. Let's try to get our reset. We did not get the reset. That's crazy. So that's why we're just spinning Crane Kicking, because our Phalanx still exists, even though we don't have Ancient Teachings. Just gonna Shayloons. Definitely could have Chi-Ji'd there, and it probably would have been the right play, but I didn't really know what else we were pulling. I didn't know if we were going to pull into that room. That's kind of why I was holding off. We'll sip up while we're moving. Wondering if, let's see. But yeah, I've always liked a stat stick plus an on-use. And I think our on-use slot is just going to be taken up by a defensive trinket like Ray Chart, and like I say, Ray Chart's a defensive trinket, but it also does like it does fine damage, you know. It's kind of like it does everything that you want in Mythic Plus. So that's why I think it's just gonna be hard. Like I do expect to see like everyone having that trinket in Mythic Plus, and I could be totally wrong, but like to me it just makes sense, you know. Oh no, the Shadow Priest is like, hey, can I please get the Druid buff again? I need to push into some keys this week. I'm slacking. I've been kind of slacking too, but not by choice. I just really have not had that much time to play, or as much as I would like. Ooh, we lost it a bit early, but I guess it's just to put it on cooldown. I kind of, I'll be honest, I accidentally pressed, Essence Font there, but hey, I don't hate it, because now we're rolling Chi-Ji. Ah, got caught on the terrain. Go, Geo, kick him. Come here, Geo. I got you. Stunned. Kicked. We have Tiger Palm stacked up. Whoa. Dang, we didn't even need a cooldown for that one. It's because I had my Tiger Palm stacked up. We ripped all those and just got a flurry of blackout kicks going all at once. We'll kick that. Even though that's not like his most deadly cast, but we have, ooh, you hate to see that. That is a bad death. He knows it too. Okay, we got plenty of B-reses. We are going to Shaylin skip this. I think I should have just Chi-Ji'd. In fact, we might still Chi-Ji. Yeah, we are definitely behind on the healing. And not having our Phalanx down or our Jade Fire Stomp down is pretty brutal. Get in there, Geomancer. Where's the totem? Very nice spawn. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We're probably dead. Nah, we're big chilling. I had to stand still in that thundering slam to get the Shayloons off. That was pretty risky, not gonna lie, pretty risky. Spread Renewing Mist during the downtime, just in case. I don't want to use Chi-Ji here. Uh-oh. Why did I do that? Alright, we're chilling. Love Brute Keepers. Yeah, even if it's not like the best in slot, it's just one of my favorite trinkets. Like, it actually just is. Like, just a rolling hot on you and your tank in a Mythic Plus dungeon. Plus just versatility is absolutely insane. It's like crazy. It's slept on. It's a slept on trinket. Okay, this boss is brutal, and it's definitely not good when your DPS starts out with aggro. I also have no idea which way this guy's facing. I've got ya. I don't know why, but every time I fight this boss, it makes me want to watch Brave. I guess it does make sense because like they're just a bunch of Vikings in that movie, but I don't know. Good movie. Good movie. I'm not like a Disney adult at all, but you know, the more your like your cousins and stuff, like people in your family start to have kids, the more you're just introduced to just more Disney movies, you know? It's just a thing. And yeah, I've definitely watched a lot more Disney movies in the past couple of years because of that, I think. And that one is one of my favorites. I'll just go ahead and say it. I think it's just really good. It's like really pretty. Ow. I guess we could Chi-Ji. Whoa, I almost brought that in. I thought it had already hit me. Haven't been hit by the frontal yet, which is pretty surprising because I still, for those of you who were here last week, I still have not fixed the thing with my plater profile where the like the triangle, it appears above me, but it does not appear above the tank. It appears beside the tank, and that just throws me off. You and your hunter paper class, I think we're pretty beefy. We're pretty beefy. Did Ulda last night? That last boss is my kryptonite, but it's a wild dungeon. Yeah, I think the last boss, the trick to it is that you have to kind of like cheese it, like use your mechanics the right way, other than just healing. I think that can help, but it still just does brutal damage. Oh no. Oh no. It's okay. Got the custodians coming in. But yeah, this dungeon's just really rough. It's a really rough tyrannical dungeon in particular. It always has been. And on fortified weeks, it's no laughing matter either. Your tank is under heavy heat in this dungeon always. And these cleaves get brutal. Like, it's just... This dungeon is very unforgiving. I think we save Life Cocoon. And maybe we ROP for the tank to kite. Of course, they're all stunned. Does my ROP go away? It literally went away and did nothing. That's embarrassing. Barrel Gaming said, I've been loving Broodkeepers. Oh, you got it. But I've been Resto Druid. I tried Prez, and I'm not good at positioning for it. Yeah, Prez positioning is kind of what makes or breaks that class. I love Brave too. Anything with bears, though, I'm biased toward. Brave's just a good movie. I think what did it for me was just the like the music. I think it has really good music. We are just gonna crank into the Shadow Priest, but I think he has some heavy stuff hitting him right now. A really bad Chi-Ji for me. I kind of pressed it just for the Chi Cocoon, and that is no good. No good at all. Want to make sure everyone's in range of the Shaylin's gift. Earthen Shards on the Paladin. I think we just Life Cocoon him. Okay. I think for this next stomp, definitely gonna pop it offensive. Earthen Shards on the Priest again. That's pretty brutal. But they're rolling their defensive, and now we can roll ours. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. I was not ready for that. I even had revival and everything. I just kind of just panicked. Not gonna lie, just panicked. Oof. Added offensive, add revival. In fact, speaking of revival, we are just gonna rip it. This boss is so brutal. We are gonna drink up. What do we have for this, man? We have Fort Brew to slow down the damage. We have Life Cocoon forever he puts the bleed on me. That's rough. I guess that's actually pretty good because I already have Fort Brew rolling. Yeah, maybe that's like best case scenario. I take it back. Life Cocoon's gone. Let's stack up for a fat Chi-Ji. We're gonna need it. Oh, dang, dude. He got empowered, like, right once that happened. I think I just used my stun on him now, right? But, don't kill me. Shayloons. Ow. We can dampen, too. Stack our cooldowns. Do I just stun? Yeah, get stunned. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. I'm out of mana. Out of mana. I just, Thunder Focus Teed, an Expel Harm for the shield. Yeah, maybe we should have been more aggressive with our stun there, but man, I just did not play that well. The man, the myth, the legend. How are you doing, LB? I'm doing very well, Marley. I hope you're doing well I hope you're doing well as well. That's feels weird to say, but yeah, dude, I'm having a really good day, honestly. The weather's really good. My allergies are really bad, but I'm staying inside as always. Given the, you know, you can probably tell based on how ghostly white I am, but no, it's nice knowing that the weather outside is good for those that enjoy being outside. But the keys are going pretty well so far. Luckily we didn't wipe on that boss, even though that boss is just brutal. I definitely need a lot more practice with it. But I do think I panicked a bit toward the middle of that fight, and it just set us up for failure. Like, we just personally did not play that well. But as long as I recognize that and I'll go back and watch it, we'll be better off in the future. Yeah, I'm excited too, because I put in so many hours on video this weekend, and basically had to start from ground zero to start it over because I just was not happy with it, which would, you know, probably sounds like I'm going to say, oh no, I'm upset. No, I'm actually very excited because I think the video's coming out to be very good. Like, I really am excited with for y'all to get the video. It's just my Mythic Plus Mistweaver guide, but I'm doing it very differently. Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, I'm doing it very differently than I normally do, and I think you guys are gonna really like it. Really gotta watch the cleaves. This guy's just wailing on us. I always try to save Chi-Ji during this hallway, because the next little room is usually pretty terrifying. But on tyrannical weeks, I do think this hallway is a little bit more terrifying. So it's totally fine to use it there. Jeremiah said, good afternoon. I really need the staff from Uldaman. Ran in 8 halls this morning. The ice boss is brutal. Yeah, halls is just a different beast. But it's one of my favorite dungeons because of its difficulty to heal. I love dungeons that are designed for the healer, you know what I mean? And I definitely think that is one of those. So like that, we could have LOS'd it. Or wait, maybe this is the one that you can't LOS. I don't know, but we are without our Jadefire Stomp. Definitely gonna fort brew this. GG it. Well, big value Chi-Ji coming in. Just hard cast Enveloping Mist. We love to see it. The accents too, could listen to it all day. Yeah, it's just it's a solid movie. It really is. I think there are a lot of like kids movies that kind of get, you know, shrugged off by us adults because they're kids movies, you know, but like there are some really well-made movies out there that are designed for kids. Speaking of great things that are designed for kids, but just like, you know, can be just as enjoyable to an adult, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I talk about it. I feel like I talk about this every stream. Just the best show ever created, ever, and it can't be touched. I don't think. But yeah, Halls is brutal. When to break our old 4 set? You know, that's a weird question because since our old 2 set is the same as our new 2 set, what would happen? What happens if you have both 2 sets? But if you're playing, oh dude, did we just reset at this point? If you're playing Raid, your 4-set is really solid. But if you're playing Mythic Plus, your 4-set, honestly, you can live without it, you know? I don't like this positioning. So I think for Mythic Plus, I would just break 4-set pretty quickly for item level. But for Raid, I would you know, probably wait a bit longer. Let's get with the squad. So we're 4-playering this boss too. I don't know if that makes it harder or easier. Like to heal. My bad, was mass reviving and got clipped. All Godo, homie. Oh, I think I'm blocking my chat now. I had to do it for my video. One of the videos that I made. I had to slide my camera down. And I think it's better this way. I think it's like less toxic to hide chat. I think that's the philosophy I took when I first started streaming. Is I would block my chat off. And I think that's just a nice thing to do. Watch out, Paladin. Okay, we have 4 stacks. Let's just revival that. We're just sitting here at 4 stacks of Tiger Palm. Let it rip. Beyblade. Whoa! I don't know. My brain just shut off. What am I doing? We got... Oh no. We got protected by the Paladin. Whew. This boss really racks up the damage that I am not expecting. I feel like I should have just ripped an essence font there. Yeet. I hate the target, the camera angles of this fight. I think that's like the worst part. He's saying we have B-res available. I'm pretty sure the boss is like at 30% maybe. Yeah, I was about to say, saving it for the last boss probably seems like the better play. Boss is at 20%. Okay, yeah, even more of a reason. We're gonna spot heal ourselves. That way, hopefully more of these ancient teachings went into the hunter, but that's not how that worked. Let's apply these renewing mists. Let's... Ah. Just pop a defensive. Let's Shayloon's that too. If we have to, we'll life cocoon the hunter. I'm trying not to like overuse my cooldowns here, but yeah, we're just gonna... Just wanted to play it safe. What's my item level? 493. I don't really have many new pieces. There's a bug for this boss. When the laser comes out, for some reason it will kill everyone. Happened to me twice now. I remember this boss was buggy. Like buggy in its first season. Yeah, you would need 2-set from season 4 to have 2-set. Can't mix. Okay, interesting. I figured that's how it worked. I figured they had they had thought about that, surely, you know. We're not LOSing just because YOLO. Do we know the affixes for next week? Because let me tell you, Tyrannical's brutal, but these tornadoes have been so annoying for the week 1 of dungeons. I don't think I've died because... No, I have died once because of a tornado, and it was on the hammer boss of Neltharis. He booped me out of, you know, when all the swirlies come out from everyone, he booped me out of, like, the safe zone into a swirly. But man, the amount of DPS that I've seen die to just the tornadoes. Oh, also I did a Ruby life pools last night where my tank and 2 DPS got booped off of that bridge leading to the last boss, and we wiped there because of tornadoes. It was pretty funny, but I think it cost us timing the dungeon. Damn, Marley's on it. Entangling and bolstering. Bolstering's brutal, especially on a fortified week. Oof. That's going to be a tough one. But yeah, Marley's always on it. Enraging, entangling. Nazim, hey, Nazim probably beat you. I wasn't keeping an eye on chat, but Marley and Nazim are on top of it. Speedrun went. Yeah, speedrun chat responses. I'd watch. Hey, what's up, Finch? Welcome in. Good to see you. I shouldn't have stunned there. That was an oopsie on my part. Let's get these guys out of here. But welcome in, Finch. Glad to see you, man. Nazim redacted the message. Hey, I saw it. I saw it. Hey, Grandpa. I guess I should call you Grandpa instead of Finch. I think that's just funnier. Dude, this pack is so annoying. Let's get the Phaline reset. Still no reset. Crazy. Dude. I mean, honestly, we can face tank these now. I bet I could heal them up in time, but plus we can just execute one of them. As long as you don't call him late for dinner. Late for dinner. Loose, your references just go over my head. I think you're just way smarter than me. I think that's what it comes down to, Loose. You're just way too smart. Because you remember I was calling you Lewis before. Slaps knee. Okay, Nick got it. So maybe it's not past my time. As long as you don't call him late for dinner. Grandpa Finch. Is that like a character? Maybe that's just a character from a show. I guess I must. Yeah, it's over my head, guys. It's a whoosh moment. Entangling's not terrible, especially for Mistweavers, because we can, if we really just want to be lazy and just stand in the entangling instead of moving out of it, we can always Tiger's Lust ourself, or just anytime we have Chi-Ji rolling, we just don't. It just doesn't affect us. But yeah, entangling's not bad. I think though raging is pretty rough on fortified weeks, especially in like week 2 of a dungeon pool. There are still people like learning some of these mechanics. I think it could catch people by surprise. Man, this dungeon is just ongoing. It never ends. You didn't know what to call him? I got nothing. I'm not going to use Mass Dispel here. It's really not it's not worth it because we could just LOS if the stacks get kind of crazy. But also, Mass Dispelling these Time Reavers, we're about to be on a double Time Reaver pool. And it's just safer to have Mass Dispel for the double one. That's something to think about for a fortified week, but this week it's kind of, you can kind of just face tank the stacks if I'm being honest. Plus it's just a 9, so it's not like the end of the world. I guess while our J-Fire Stomp's still on cooldown, we're going to apply an Enveloping Mist to the tank. That way we get a fat Zimpulse, and just utilizing our time the best. I guess you don't have to do the double Time Reaver pool. But you guys know the drill. We're coming up on the part where I'm going to have to do a jump. And for those who have watched me since Dragonflight started, you know that I am not good at this jump. So now's the time where we're all going to close our eyes and just imagine for me, that I do this jump perfectly, okay? Just imagine. And then once I tell you to open your eyes, then we're all going to see that I did do it perfectly. You can open your eyes now. It actually went smoothly. Now, I say that, but okay, luckily we have Mind Soothe. This guy said use defensives, the most underrated tip ever. I mass spell that first one. We might be able to get a second mass spell off in the fight. That could be wrong, but I feel like everyone was in a fine position. I don't mind doing it. We're gonna fire Jade Fire Stomp through where we're going. We're gonna stack up. Okay, we're gonna diffuse magic our own. Let's Shayloons. Don't want to lose anyone. We're gonna play extra safe in terms of spot healing. Get me in there. Let's fight. Let's go. Go crazy. It's unfortunate my Jade Fire Stomp is like all the way over there, but that's okay. Ruh-roh, don't want to lose anyone. We're gonna Chi-Ji just for the Chi Cocoon. Oh, nice. We got the application on us, and we immuned it because we had Chi-Ji rolling. Very nice. We are definitely gonna Fort Brew this next wing buffet. Actually, we're gonna dampen it, because if we dampen it, then 2 wing buffets from now, or buffets, whatever you want to call it, 2 from now we will have a dampen up again. So if we do dampen, fort, dampen, that's 3 defensives, whereas if we just do fort, dampen, that's 2 defensives. So it's just more efficient to do it this way. Punch, punch. We're gonna spell harm so that our ancient teachings heals the friends. Shayloons. And drop our puddle there, I guess. Just as long as I don't get clapped by a frontal, we're chilling. Man, this room does fill up fast on Tyrannical Week. Kind of just had to face tank that one natty. It's a sand breath. Don't aim it at us, tank. I trust you, okay? Rewind time flow. We've never needed it more. We have revival. I think I just rip revival here to make sure everyone's healthy. I think I just life cocoon this friend too. No, the tank. Who has aggro? Who has aggro? Oh, stay with us. I'm gonna dispel you so you don't rot. I'm gonna diffuse magic. We're gonna Shayloons. Dodge the swirly. Okay, we should have the boss dead. Just gonna Chi-Ji this wing buffet. Do you guys say buffet or buffet? Because I'm pretty sure my guildies would say buffet. And like I'm also pretty sure that that's wrong, right? It's gotta be buffet. What a save, yeah. Luckily the boss had its like spell queue going to where he did a cast of the dots while the tank was dead. That way he didn't just turn and smack one of us. That was pretty lucky. Let's see. Oh boy, this trinket. Need loot. We're gonna be that guy. Need loot. Okay. Relatively new Mistweaver here. Well, welcome, Maximus. You're in for a ride. It's a good time. What's the best way to handle Algathar Academy Veximus mana bombs going out when I, as the healer, also get a bomb? So mana bombs, you have like about 4 seconds. It ticks down 3 seconds, but you have about like 4 or 5 seconds to kind of get to a spot before you drop your puddle. Hey, we got a trinket. It's not a great trinket, but we got one. So you have a few seconds. It's always worth it to spend those seconds. Number one is get to a safe spot, and then number 2 is make sure that you and the other 2 players that have mana bombs are safe whether that be just spot healing them with Vivifies, popping Chi just to put a Chi Cocoon on them before the damage hits, life cocooning one of them, and then spot healing another one. But what I do is whenever I get mana bombs, I always pop one of my 3 defensives. We have 3 for a reason. You have to make sure that you're using them, often enough to make them valuable. But pop either Dampen Harm, Fortifying Brew, or Diffuse Magic anytime you get mana bomb. That way you're safer. And then after the damage hits, you can top yourself up with Expel Harm, and then you should be fine spot healing the other 2 people. Or if you want to, right before the damage hits, right before you drop your orbs, rip a Shayloon's Gift, and that way everyone's kind of safe for the slam of damage. But yeah, definitely don't sleep on mana bombs. It's very brutal. It's a very brutal damage instance. Let's see. I hate that jump so much. Me too. I think about taking Wild Charge on the Druid just so I can jump to someone else that made it. That's so good. That's so good. It is Buffett. It is Buffett. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's Buffett, but funny to say buffet. Yeah, I guess. Buffet is what you eat at. Yeah. But I think it is kind of funny saying it's buffet. What are we doing? IDK if healer wants to do it or not. Got my key to a 10, so gonna slam it. Sorry, friends. But okay, this is what we've been waiting for. Our first 10 of the season. Let's rip it. And it says your faults. Okay, this is gonna be brutal. Let's see. Do I just need to make sure people are topped and hope people use their defensive during it? Yeah, you do hope they use their defensives, but you using a defensive is very important for it, because then it kind of just means that you need to spot heal 2 people primarily instead of all 3 of you, in order to kind of laugh it off. Dang, people have some fat IOs and item levels already. But yeah, we're just gonna take all the big people that we can. Nick, get out of here. I don't want to see. I'm just kidding. Get in here, Nick. Let's see. I say Schubsen. It's German for pushing. Interesting. Probably, let's see. Probably very low. Oh, I missed something. How many times would you say you hit Essence Font in a dungeon? Maybe on average, like once. Maybe. And that's meaning that like most dungeons I hit it 0 times. A lot of dungeons I hit it once. Like I don't hit it basically ever. The only use for it, like the actual only use, is if you just have tried everything to reset your Jadefire Stomp and you just have to move on, or it's like a boss mechanic and you saw where my Jadefire Stomp was kind of stuck in the sand, and I just did not get a reset in time. So I just, like, if I needed to refresh Ancient Teachings, it is worth it to tap Essence Font and then quickly try to cancel it by casting Rising Sun Kick, for example. But I don't press that button that often, if ever. Like it's almost to the point where I could swap out its keybind for something else, but it's just like it does have a use to just refresh Ancient Teachings in the most pinch of scenarios. But yeah, I don't press it that often. Probably very low, if any. That Essence Font icon has been lit up for a while. Yeah, and still, I guess you're right. I do need to just remove it from my my UI at this point, for sure. But oh, I forgot I was, oops, forgot I was queued up. Need the tank. I thought I invited this tank. Could have swore that I invited a paladin with like similar eye level and stuff. Cool, thanks. Yeah, struggling with people rotting while running the bomb out. Then people dying from the puddle dropping damage hit. Yeah, one thing that I always do while I'm actually moving is I try to like roll to get there, like get there as quick as possible. That way you're spending less time moving, so you can plant and cast a bit. But you can use your instant vivifies during that. M, no, what happened, M? M said bye. But you can use your instant vivifies to heal while you're moving. You can also like apply your life cocoon if you have it. Pop your defensives while you move. Put like a renewing mist on one of the 2 people, and then once you stand still, you can drop your like you can pop a cooldown, start spot healing. that kind of thing. But yeah, it is kind of designed to frustrate a healer, especially if you get marked. But it's definitely doable. Let's see. What am I doing? We're going to Azure Vaults. I don't think I have the port to it, but I do think I have the Brackenhide port, and that's good enough, right? Just port over and fly. Oh Lord, but this first boss in Azure Vaults and the last boss, the first and the last boss hurt. And I've only done one Azure Vault total since the PTR even started. I only did one Azure Vault on PTR. No. I did 0 Azure Vaults on PTR and then one Azure Vault like week 1, or like day 1 of this week. So it's definitely my least practiced dungeon, this entire dungeon pool, but we're gonna slam it. No fear. Dang, dude, that hunter clapped damage. Did crazy damage. But it's good to see everyone. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. You're getting your last couple keys in. Your last grind in. That's definitely what we're doing. But we already have a full vault, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong there. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're one short of like a full mythic vault. But yeah, once we get this 10 done, we're going to get a guaranteed 522 from the vault, which is pretty nice. Ah, it was all for naught. But the first 10 of the season, and I still think I'm like slightly undergeared. I don't think I'm like, it's not a crazy amount, but it's definitely going to be a challenge. I thought I was doing a good thing, a healthy thing, drinking water, and it just leaked all over me. So I have just like water running down my shirt. Luckily, it's like right off camera, but it's a lot of water just sitting in my lap right now. Okay, we need to pop consumes. I can't decide between Shaman or Holy Priest as my alt for the season. Marley, both are excellent options. You know, because you watched all throughout the season 3 push, but both of those are so much fun. I do think Shaman has a couple more tools that are very powerful this season, even more so than they were last season or just any given season. And it's just Poison Cleansing Totem. It's so good. It's so good. But let's do a ready check. Plus, it feels good being a shaman in Brackenhide. It just feels like thematic to me. I don't know why, but Chaos said, I've been finding 8s kind of hard. What's your item level? My item level is 93, 493. So we're still pretty under geared right now. We kind of still have most of last season gear. But yeah, 8s are gonna be hard. They're gonna be very difficult because they squished all the levels, so it's gonna be a challenge. Like we're basically doing a plus 20 this season because a lot of people have been relating it to, oh, we're doing a plus 20 last season. That's not the case. We're doing a plus 20 this season right now. It's just they've squished it down to look like a 10. So we're wearing a lot of last season's gear and doing a plus 20 basically is a good way to think about it. And a lot of people have been like shocked. Okay, guys, we gotta kick these vapors. I guess not. They don't really do that much. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people have been underestimating the key levels, but yeah, a plus 8 is still very high. But it does help that I've really studied these dungeons in order to make guide videos for them. The problem is Azure Vaults is one that I have not studied, so that definitely helps. Knowing like literally everything that can do damage to you at any given moment is like an advantage that I feel I have right now because of I jammed so much on PTR and I've just like studied the dungeon journal like literally like it was a test. Yeah, some guy did all 10s in my guild. Trying to catch up, LOL, but not sure if I can do 10s yet. That's the thing too, is like, so, like I have one guy in my guild. He's number 1 right now on the Shaman leaderboards. He might be number 2 now, but he's one of the best Shaman players in the world in Mythic Plus. Nick knows him. His name's Shamrock. You could just look up on the Mythic Plus healer profiles, and it's like, yeah, he's doing crazy keys right now, but don't never compare yourself to other people. Like, as long as you get a +8 done this week, you're guaranteed a good vault loot piece. You know, doing more is obviously better because you get higher chance of it being a good vault slot, but yeah, just get yourself to a +8, and that is like a totally fine level to push this week. Man, Nick is the certified life cocoon sponge in my guild. I might as well just macro it to him at this point, right, Nick? Goodness, this rogue, man. You guys are all allowed. I never allow toxicity in my chat. Like, I never like encourage it. But if you want to be toxic to Nick, now's your chance, because he's one of my guildies. Alright, this boss is terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. This boss is actually scary. If you alt a Resto Shaman, it's okay to have a lap full of water. Hey, look, yeah, I guess it's thematic. That's the primordial wave, is the lap water. Don't come at me! What? Why me? That was genuine fear in my eyes there. I guess we're gonna have to play out these far ones. We're gonna be like super careful about our renewing this. We are not gonna ever hit 2 charges of it because Nick's got those like far ones. We're gonna pop a defensive here. Oh, you hate to see that. I guess I can get these. Oh, you hate to see that. Yeah, losing someone to the stomp definitely made it too hard to get all the sprout things with our rings. Then that just one-shots you if you don't get them all, but it should be fine. That looked like just a mental mishap. We're chilling. Also, I'm pretty sure Azure Vault has like a pretty easy timer. Am I wrong in that? I'm pretty sure it has a very easy timer. I didn't even proc cheat. No, we ain't toxic. I'll never let you proc cheat, Nick. I'll just life cocoon you before it even gets a chance. No, I'm totally kidding. The reason why I love playing with Nick, because one, he's a guildie that actually wants to play with me, which is very nice, but two, I mean, he's a very solid player, like consistently top damage in raid, which is very nice. And look at I haven't even shown, but he has like crazy gear right now. He's gotten lucky with his weapon. I'm gonna spot heal the tank. I think that's like the big fear right here. I really want to go like wide, but it looks like ooh, we almost got nipped right there. Get what we can. Maybe we should step back and get that one. Ah, oh, did we not reach it? Oh, that's so sad. We're so dead. There's no way we survive this, right? Yeah, spinning crankcake, so we're actually getting Chi-Ji value here. Whoa, don't want to get clipped. I'm just playing close to you, Nick. I did use like multiple defensives there. What is happening? Did the tank just get yeeted by the boss? Like, is that what happened? Oh no, people are leaving. Guys, welcome to season 3. Am I right? Dude, what is happening? Easy timer. I find Azure Vault to be pretty tight on timer. Maybe that's just me. I think the Azure Vault that I've done, like, people have pulled big downstairs, I think that definitely makes it easy. But yeah, when you wipe on bosses, yeah, what, Nick? What happened? I feel like I literally cannot explain what just happened. Maybe someone can, but wow, that was crazy. Yeah, maybe with the skips, you're right. But I think downstairs the pools are very easy, and people just don't really recognize that. But yeah, that was wild. That was wild. But now our key's not a 10 again. That's very sad. Maybe we just try to get into a 10, I guess? I don't know, maybe not in Azure Vaults? Ruby? No, sir. No, thank you. Ulamon? Ah, we were just there. Neltharis would be a fun one. Halls would be... Ooh, Halls would be very fun. Resto Shaman wouldn't have so many buttons if they didn't do things. Marley, yeah, that's true. That pretty much matches my Azure Vault experience. I knew that. Dude, the first boss is terrifying. Like, terrifying. But, ooh, an 11 completion? Sign me up, dude. Sign me up. Dude, that was crazy. That boss is rough on the tank. Yeah, I'll admit it. That's why I was trying to, I was definitely trying to spot heal the tank more, but, man, felt like he just kind of disappeared. But we just queue up, do what we can. I love the bubble of shame. It's comfy and safe. Yeah, okay, a plus 10 is Braconite is actually no joke as well. But Braconite's one that I haven't made a guide for yet, but I think it's going to be the next in line after I finish the Neltharis one. And I remember when this dungeon was first implemented, I absolutely hated it. A lot like a lot of dungeons. I hate them right once they come out. But then the more I learned about the dungeon, the more I actually enjoyed playing it. And Braconite is absolutely one of those. However, it's very tough on Tyrannical Week. It really is. It's really strong. But we should be fine. I really do think we're going to be fine. Braconite is the easiest one for me so far. Not sure why. Lynn, did you say that you are a Resto Druid, or am I mixing you up with someone else? Because Resto Druids have a very easy time on the first boss. Because you can like pre-apply your hots very easily running up to it, and that way you don't really struggle on the first mechanic. But dude, the opening mechanic on the first boss can be rough. Like, it can be so rough. Yeah, first tank slaps the boss or the tank so hard. You know what's crazy is the first boss in Azure Vault, and then the what is it, second boss in Ruby Life Pools just nuke tanks. Like, I feel for my tank friends. The poisons were mad crazy. Yeah, in season 1, dude, the poisons just went like ham. Like, went disgusting. It was crazy because like Mistweavers were not meta, but people like in high keys were asking for Mistweavers just to deal with the the poisons in that dungeon. Where is the dungeon portal? Did I miss it? No. Didn't go far enough. This is still the wrong little platform. Oh my goodness, y'all. There we go. All right, plus 10 Braconite. Let's just slam it. Marley said, dude, the bird boss in Algthar Academy pecks me a new one every time. As a Blood Death Knight, I fear for my life. Yeah, you can definitely get one shot by that boss as a tank. That, what is it, Savage Peck? It hurts. It cranks. Yeah, you like have to have up your do you run the talent that's like you can spend your one of your resources to get a defensive, like blood tap, I think? Life tap? Blood tap? You might know the one I'm talking about, but that one, like, you kind of have to run at that dungeon just for that one boss. But dude, it hurts, and yeah, it bleeds. But I mean, I guess the bleed isn't really as scary as a Blood Death Knight. Intact Zagul said, "Good evening or good day." Let's see. Evening is like kind of around nighttime, right? Like it's like nightish. It's 2 p.m. for me, so it's good day. Good day, sir. Good day. No, it's a great day, honestly. We kind of just got trashed by Azure Vaults and chewed up and spit out in an instant, but at least it was quick and painless. Let's see. Maximus the Merciful said, "So on Bracknite Hollow, what's your opinion on first boss? Let's see. First boss tyrannical burn target, gash tooth, bleed guy, or trick totem." I prefer burning bleed guy first to get that mechanic over with. As the healer, it's easy to prefer that, but I think you have to break up the whole combo of the hex totem and then the guy that just like stuns you at the same time. There's like a yo. Did you time it? No, we just got trashed by the first boss and just spit out. But what's the? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the names. But yeah, Gashtooth is brutal. The war band. One of them, yeah, this one hurts, but one of them like stuns you. Is it all Trick Totem? Hex Trick Totem channels a Hex Trick to a player in capping them. No, it's I think it is Hack Claw. Yeah, Savage Charge plus Hex Trick Totem. It's just so nice to break this up, and I think it's just always safer to kill Trick Totem first, so that it's from there then on it's just a heal check and you don't risk them getting a heal off. That's just my opinion is rushing down Trick Totem. But as a healer, look, I agree. Getting Gash Tooth out of the way is like, ugh, get that guy out of here. It's crazy. That's like the heal check though. But what's up, Nev? Welcome in. And also, yeah, good day to you as well. Is it intact? That's what I'm gonna say. Priest and Resto. Priest and Resto. Yeah, both depending on what priest you play, I think Holy Priest probably, I guess both priest specs can shrug off the first Gash Frenzy like pretty easily, right? Keep it real. For a second there, I thought I was playing Disc Priest. I don't know why I was getting ready to spread atonements. I am so scared right now. Yay, Erlong. Oh, the tank. Oh no. I life cocooned Erlong. Oh boy. Oh lord. Okay. Guys. Yo, what's up, Nerdies? Welcome in. You came in at the best time, dude. It feels like a Friday, does it not? No, it feels like a Monday. This is definitely Monday gameplay. We absolutely just wipe and go again. We just wipe. Don't run those to us. Tank, don't do it. Tank, you're not gonna live. Hideous Cackles going off. I'm not even scared. I could not tell you what just happened, and I won't even try. It's just Claw Mangle. Ah! Woo! Vicious Claw Mangle, we're gonna paralysis that. There's another one on the mage, but he's far away from the mage. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got you, mage. That's on me, so I'm gonna run. Hideous Cackle, someone else get it. Okay, look, I think we recovered. I think we played the mechanics well enough to call that a nice recovery. We are sitting here punching and kicking with no healing value, so I need to step up. Hideous Cackle, nice, the squad's got it. We don't have a Soothe. All things considered, only 8 deaths. Not that bad, if you ask me. Not that bad. There's Bracknite for you. Queen? Queen? We still need to kill these guys, though. Yeah, he sees it. Okay. I always like to run over here to this little bridge for this pool. Yeah, it looks like the Evoker does the same thing. It's just so safe. It just spaces you out to where you don't really have to worry about just getting clapped right off the bat. We are going to paralysis that. You can paralysis the vicious claw mangles. What that mechanic is it's just it's a fixate where the guy will come up and smack you. And when this dungeon was fresh, like when this was first implemented into the game, I remember the amount of time, guys, the amount of times that I died to vicious claw mangle without even, I just completely skipped the fact that there's a fixate on this pack, okay? Like I just completely forgot that it was a thing, and I just would die to, I'm like, man, this pack always kills me. It's because I wasn't running away from the the vicious claw mangle. I would just let it clap me every time. Okay, the mage has got it. But yeah, you can paralysis that guy. It's kind of like how paralysis works versus it is, the way I like to think of it is they're kind of like a fish. You know how like fish have like these like short attention spans? Well, you can kind of like reset the attention span of the fixate by just paralysing it. Paralysing? That's not right. I don't know what to say there, but I know it's not paralysing. But yeah, you can. Whoa, I got smacked. Toxic trap. That just comboed me. Whew, that was brutal. But yeah, that's why I'm always on the lookout for the claw mangles, and especially if they're gonna be like lethal to one of my allies, I'm absolutely gonna paralysis it. Oh brother, oh brother, I'm coming, team. Yeah, you can basically just like reset their brain by doing it. This is just brutal. This is just brutal. I got you, buddy. That's bad. Apparently that doesn't work. Guys, this is Tyrannical Week too, so I think yeah, you see there, I was getting fixated. I just paralysis it. Now I can only do one toxic trap on me. We're gonna watch that. Yeah, me getting clapped by the trap definitely was a throw here, so I take the blame. Clean, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Every key has a paladin these days. Pink Fest. Yeah, hey, paladins are really strong. Like, other than Holy Paladin, I would say like all paladin specs are like top tier ish. Okay, we're gonna pull that War Scourge. Yeah, we accidentally pulled the War Scourge. The mage did. Oh no, I can't even get my cast off. Oh no, we're gonna revival. Just Life Cocoon to the tank. Ow, that cast. I got hit by both Earth Bolts at once. I kicked Decay Surge. The Claw Mangle is coming my way as the fixate's on me. It's just, it's awful. What do we do? There's so much to think about. We're doing our best, guys. Yeah, the mage said, I hate these pools. There's just so much to think about in these pools. It's crazy. Oof. Also, we missed this cage. I don't know if that was the plan. But good thing this is I held over 10 years, so I'm not that crazy. Oh. LOL, you're the crazy guardian. I can seg that, and I am a tank sometimes. Oh gosh, I missed a lot of chats. Y'all are popping off. 8 looks the most like a 0, so it's a win. Tank players are insane sometimes. There's 3 bleeds that go out on the first boss at the start. The amount of guardian druids that I sit that had just say fuck it if we ball and then pull the entire dungeon is crazy. I feel like guardians can just do that sometimes. Like when they're like strong, they can just do that. We are just gonna play it safe. Rage Storm. Yeah, there's like also one thing about this dungeon is there's so much that you want to bring to the dungeon. With Paralysis, the one that goes on us, and we're kind of leaving it up to the mage. But you want to Soothe to make the Rage Storm end faster. You want like a lot of CC. You want Poison Dispels. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. We should already know that that doesn't work. Oh, it's because we're doing a... It's raging. I totally forgot. I've literally tried that twice now. Incapacitating, paralyzing. Yeah, you know what? Look, talking's not my strong suit. Talking is not my strong suit. I was born and raised in the South, so I'm just bound to just say things incorrectly. Oof. Yeah, we're definitely going to stop those casts, because we would have lost players had I not. Decaying Surge. Paralyzing. Paralysising? I can't believe I just said paralysising while recording myself in front of people. That's bad. Paralysising. That's got to be one of my worst ones, right? I feel like I've said some dumb things in the past, but that's got to be up there. Paralysising. What's everyone's opinion on the new Mistweaver Phaline Stomp? I think it looks amazing. I'm a huge fan of it, and I like the fact that you kind of have the option, in a way, of whichever one you prefer, like the old one versus the new one. I really, really do like this one, but I do like, eventually I'm going to be like, I kind of want to play like Blue Phaline, and I'll swap back to it. One thing that bothers me, and I didn't notice it, oh no, the Frost Orb pooled. Yikes. Or the Frozen Orb. What's that Frost Mage spell called? Frozen Orb, right? Oof. I could have revivaled that. I could have also just dispelled it, but I'll be honest, guys. It is the last thing I'm thinking about. I stop that. We're just gonna Chi-Ji. What is happening? Dude, there's so much happening. I was not prepared for this. Claw Mangle. Run! Paralysis is down. We're just going to revival that. We don't want to lose another one. Yikes. Yeah, I really like the green aesthetic. I think it looks sick. But I know a lot of people don't like it, and there are some dungeons where the whole aesthetic of the dungeon is like green. And it is very frustrating when you're trying to do one of those dungeons and you just are trying to keep track of what's your particle effect and what's like a swirly that this like toxic mob puts down on the ground. So it is nice having the option to swap between the two. Oh crap, okay. I've never pulled these guys. I have no idea what's here, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think I Life Cocoon the tank. Oh, I kicked the wrong cast. That's embarrassing. We will Chi-Ji at the risk of this pack not dying slow enough. We need Chi-Ji up for the first boss, basically. We need all of our cooldowns up, so not having revival is going to be pretty rough too. But we mainly just need Chi-Ji. Also, that's very bad. That Mystic just went over there and pooled. These guys on Raging Week are rough. Can't kick them. You can't really stop them. Can I LOS that? I can. Should have been doing that this whole time. Yeet. Hideous Cackle. My kick is down. That's awkward. Oh, it came up just in time. Can we ROP that? We can't. Oh gosh, just a series of embarrassing events happening here, guys. Just gonna spread my Renewing Mist. There is so much being pulled by accident. It's kind of criminal. Kind of criminal. But it's making it fun. I'll be honest, this is the most fun I've had in Braconide in a while. And it's been the, like, ugliest dungeon I think I've done ever, maybe? That can't be true. It's one of them, though. Where'd this guy come from? Paralysis. Paralysising this guy is necessary. Whew, goodness. Feline needs a tooltip update now. Yeah, that's what I was going to say is now it still says Feline Stomp. No, it's Ancient Teachings needs the tooltip update. I'm pretty sure. Ancient Teachings says casting Essence Font or Feline Stomp. Excuse me, Blizzard. Feline Stomp is not in the game. Goodness. Oh, God. The very first day of Jfire Stomp. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm not here. Team. We're going to pop it offensive. I was not here for that. I was stuck in the terrain. We need to top people up quickly. I don't have a kick for that. And boom. Gash Frenzy. Done. There's a lot of casts going off. We really want our Jfire Stomp reset. That is so unfortunate. We are going to Essence Font here. Just because I didn't want things to start. Okay, Hex Trick. That's brutal. We did damage it in time, though. You always want to at least try to get a little bit of damage off. That's really bad, that Earth Bolt hitting me there. You just want to at least get a little bit of damage off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that Earth Bolt. I don't know why they let that cast go off as I'm literally in cap. That's brutal. That hurt. Guess we didn't get our heals off in time, but oh goodness, we are on the back foot now. Yeah, you want to at least tag it with a little bit of damage. That way it takes more damage from physical. That's really bad. I wasn't in range to kick. We're gonna revival. Oof, this is brutal. Earthbolt's just wailing. I feel like we're failing every mechanic. Well, tank. The mage said, yeah, I'm calling it. Good call, good call. But no, we were in-capped. Then we got pelted by an Earthbolt, and I just fell behind on the healing. Or the self-healing, I should say, but... I think I'm going to go Resto Shaman as an alt. Watch me change my mind tomorrow and the day after and so on. That's usually how it goes. That's definitely how it goes. But man, that was just like, that was a slog all the way through. Like from the very first second of the first pool, that was like, ugh. Yikes. That was a fun one though. You always need those like splash of water in your face to wake yourself up, you know? Could try. That's a hard boss. Yeah, the thing is, like, we did the mechanic right, like the healing mechanic, but they just let me get clapped by an Earth Bolt. I guess maybe you should always pop a defensive going into the end cap because you could. I mean, you're just out of control. You can't control what happens. But man, that was just a brutal one. Let's see. The very first day of Jfire, it would not show the design on the ground, and I was freaking out because there was no way back. Like 10 to 20 minutes of extreme frustration. I asked my monk guildie, and he was not showing it. Come to understand, if you have your graphic settings low enough, it won't show the Jfire design. Interesting. There must be like a particle effect toggle that you can change that is what can like upscale it to be, you know, in the range. That's crazy. Let's see. Got any tips for the last boss, Uldamon? I struggle with it a bit. It feels like I'm missing a trick. You probably are. And so as you know, the boss has like two main mechanics that you're going to want to watch out for as the healer. Wing Buffet. Buffet, not buffet. Wing Buffet. It does like 80% of people's health. So you always want to make sure people are topped off before that damage hits. So a lot of times, like, people will fall into the trap of, oh, the damage does a lot of damage. I'm going to need to, like, Shayloon's Gift after the damage. But really, if you Shaylin's Gift before the damage to make sure everyone survives it, that's pretty high value, especially because there's not much damage to follow it up, and you have plenty of time to like Ancient Teachings or just spot heal up people. But the trick is, his other mechanic is he puts 3 magic debuffs on people, and these debuffs are a slow and a dot. And you guys should know by now that slow dot debuffs we can cheese as Mistweaver monks. So you can either, if you're one of the 3 people marked, you can either diffuse magic it to send it right back at the boss, get it off yourself, or if you have Chi-Ji rolling before he tries to apply it to you, you're just completely immune and you won't get the debuff at all. Or if you get it and you pop Chi-Ji, it'll take it off of you. So that's 2 ways, but also you can dispel one ally, obviously, or you can Tiger's Lust one ally. So what I do a lot of the time is on the first set, I Tiger's Lust one ally that gets the debuff. I roll Chi-Ji for myself if I get marked, and then I'll dispel the 3rd ally. That way the dot just doesn't tick in. That way you have plenty of time to top up before the first wing buffet. And then the next few sets, I save diffuse magic for if I get marked again. That way you can just quickly pop a very solid defensive, but also just get that dot off of yourself. And then you just dispel one person, spot heal the 3rd, or life cocoon the 3rd. And then you kind of just cycle that. You just kind of cycle like Chi-Ji plus Tiger's Lust plus Dispel. And then next up is Diffuse Magic, Dispel plus Spot Heal or Life Cocoon. Yeah, Chi-Ji is excellent to pop before he tries to apply the dots. That way, if he does choose you as one of the 3 allies, it fails and only 2 people get the debuff. It's pretty crazy how it works. Buffet, sorry, Wing Buffet. Wing Buffet. Okay, let's do a Halls 10. If we get invited to this, dude, it's gonna be. If we thought these last dungeons were a slug, dude, the bosses in Halls are a good time. They're just a good time. But I think the reason why we're not getting invited to these 10s is just purely item level. Let's see. Hey LB, you have a favorite hero talent tree so far? I think I still like Conduit of the Celestials. I've only really looked into the monk ones, but I just think having like your punches and kicks, like have like a little celestial come to fight alongside you for like a punch is really cool, like very thematic. Dude, Algathar 10, we could absolutely do. But the other one's really cool too. The other one's really cool. But Chi-Ji also cocoons everyone and then also allows you to heal up quickly after Wing Buffet. I found anyway. Yeah, Chi-Ji is just an excellent all-around cooldown. It's good in any scenario, honestly. But if you want to cheese the dot mechanic, it's good for that. But yeah, I do. Chi-Ji will also, the healing will persist through the Wing Buffet. I change my mind all the time, but Rest of Druid has been nice. Being able to move and be in range is great. Yeah, Rest of Druid is a good time, and it's so versatile that you're kind of. You just do everything. You really do everything. Big damage, big healing, big survivability. It's nice. Let's see. I missed a chat. Season 4. What chat starts with Season 4? Maybe I'm scrolling up too high. You said... Yet I had this guy remind me to remove poison. He died on first pool, left immediately, lol. Oh, goodness. I mean, we could run back the Azure Vault. We could try it. I'm just queuing up for any 10 we can get into. We tried to push our own key up, but yeah. That only went so far. Let's see. I also like Conduit. I feel like Harmony will be better for Raid and Conduit for Mythic Plus. Yeah, you know, I think Nerdies, I think it depends on how strong the healing output is from the cooldown that Conduit of the Celestials gives you. But also remember that we're most likely going to be swapping back to like a Chi-Ji playstyle in Raid. As long as like I'm going to have to test it a lot. I have not done any the War Within testing yet, but the masteries being applied from just Rising Sun kicking is solid, from your other kicks is solid, and just the changes to like Jadefire Stomp now doing mastery procs and stuff is really good. So yeah, all of that is making me want to at least try like Chi-Ji and Raid and War Within. So if that's the case, it could also be correct that Con of the Celestials is also the play there. But like I said, I think they're both going to be pretty balanced. I'm hoping they're both very balanced for Mistweaver, and there's not like a for sure answer in either set of content. But I think either way, it's going to be a good time. And our both our hero talent trees look sick, like look really cool. I think we definitely, although Mistweavers historically don't really have much of a player base, like we have one of the smaller player bases. I think we always kind of luck out when it comes to like aesthetics and like other things like that, and just like the extracurricular stuff other than just how we heal and stuff. And we definitely lucked out with hero talents. They look amazing. Man, put me in a dungeon. We might just run back. Oh, let's run back the +10 Brackenide. Oh, it was so cursed. It was so cursed. Or do we just push up our other keys? Just try to get like a good foundation of IO. Maybe that's the play. I don't think I need to push up high until we get like good item level. There's really no point other than just like challenging yourself. So maybe we just like run like a lower Brackenide. Ooh, or just like a Halls. Let's just run a Halls. I know there have been plenty of questions already about how I heal Halls, so might as well just like jump into like a 9 if we can. If there's a 10, we'll queue up for it. I love this dungeon. What would you say are the easier dungeons for an alt Mistweaver Monk healer? Was a couple weeks only active on my tank Prot Warrior. I think the easiest dungeons from Mistweaver, that question feels a little loaded for me to answer, like the ones that we can cheese mechanics, because then it's like we do have an advantage over other healers on. But I guess I'm gonna have to say the ones that there are a couple like parameters that make dungeons really good for Mistweaver. Number one is like if you're able to have a good uptime on meleeing the boss, like if you're in melee range for the entire boss fight, that's great. But if a boss pushes you off melee, your healing just goes like significantly down. So for example, like Veximus is like just a tough boss in general, but like it's a little tougher if you get marked with mana bombs. Like the variance between like on runs of Algathar Academy where you don't get marked by mana bombs versus dungeons or runs of Algathar where you do get marked by every mana bomb, it's like a different dungeon. It really is. So bosses where you can stay melee range and bosses where you just like, so Algathar, other than Veximus, is a great dungeon because the pool count's high and the other bosses don't really pull you off melee that often, except for maybe the last boss, but it's not that bad. But yeah, you can cheese some of. I don't think Uldamon's one of our best just because the bleed mechanic, we don't have a way to remove it. But other than that mechanic, it's pretty good for us. Because one of the bosses is literally 3 bosses that we get to cleave off of. I do think Brackenide. I think having a Toxin Dispel or Poison Dispel is really good. And Revival's excellent there. And Paralysis is really good to cheese, like one of the tough mechanics that other healers struggle with. So yeah, I definitely think Brackenide's probably one of our best. And yeah, Narides agrees. I think they have said that they will be iterating on the caster build now that Cloud of Focus is gone. So it might come back. Interesting. You think they might bring back Clouded Focus? That will kind of make or break what whether we cast in raid. I think because that gives us like so much mana across a fight that it's like very important for our healing. No, we don't have a portal. Where's Halls? Let's be flying there. And I trust these guys that it's over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I answered your first question, Dano. Phaline needs a tooltip update now. And bonus question, what's your flashy frame aura for? I get asked about this a lot, but it's the one, I'm pretty sure the one that you're asking about is the one where it's like there's a border around one of my people that just moves, maybe. That is all part of my renewing this week aura. It's a week aura that I imported from someone else. Like, I didn't make it, but I use it. And what the week aura does is it tracks how many renewing mists I have active on people. So it's very good in raid to always know how many people your vivifies are going to hit, just to help you decision make. But also it puts a glowy border on the person who renewing mist is closest to falling off of. So the renewing mist has the shortest duration left. Which that part of the week aura I probably could remove at this point because I never really pay attention to it that often. But it's nice, like in a dungeon, like if you have 5 renewing mist out and you're sitting on 2 charges and you want to reapply one of them, you can just look for who has the glowy border and pick that person because you're going to get the most value. They're most likely in the pandemic window even, so like it does have its uses, but yeah, it is kind of flashy at this point, I think. So you meant to dispel ASAP, not run off. Well, okay, you have to find a balance. You do want to dispel quickly, but you also do want to make sure that they're dropping pools in like a not horrible spot. And that really does add up in Tyrannical. Like, it really does matter where they drop their puddles because you are kind of racing the boss in a way. But yeah, you kind of find a balance. And for the most part, it's their job to position themselves. If you insta dispel them and they're in a horrible spot, that is on you. But if you dispel them quickly, like after a second or two, and they drop it in like a rough spot, that's half on you, half on them, kind of thing. But yeah, worry more, I would say, about the damage than the puddle drop. But also, if people are playing in a good spot, they should just automatically be in a spot that drops good puddles, you know. Appreciate it, Aquatic Bear. You know I'm challenged when it comes to maps. Yeah, it's the weaker. Let me show you. Let me make sure we're on the same page. So this one, you see I have one active renewing mist, and it's glowing the border of the renewing mist that's active that has the least amount of time left on it. So if I had an ally that had like a 4-second renewing mist on them, like say this warrior, their health bar would be glowing instead of mine. Nev said, that third boss though, that third boss sucks as disc anyway. Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, that first boss gives me problems too as disc, just because of the bleeds. Yeah, I found it so difficult to heal Darkheart Thicket last season just because of the gash frenzy-ish mechanic in the first pool. It's hard to spot heal as disc priest. And even like sometimes it felt like oh man. Shadow Fiend like wasn't enough. Shadow Fiend? Yeah, Shadow Fiend. Yeah, no problem, Intact. Y'all know, I just want to make it clear. Earlier today, someone apologized in my Discord for asking a question. They were like, I found the answer already. I probably should have deleted the question. Y'all probably can pick up by now. I love yapping. Okay, look, I love answering y'all's questions. It's like my favorite thing about streaming. So if you were debating whether you should ask me 10 questions in chat versus asking me 0 questions in chat, I'm fine either way. I'm happy to answer y'all's questions. Not Cloud of Focus, but something else. Okay, I see what you mean. Like to kind of replace it with something else. I would enjoy that. I think Cloud of Focus, we've had it long enough. And it's a little bland. But I would enjoy that. Just find something really cool to just what could let's just like theory craft what they could just replace Cloud of Focus with to just be a new caster talent, because like I never would have come up with Peer into Peace, but I am so happy that it exists. Intact said, I've learned already a lot from you and your videos / guides. Really like your content. I appreciate that. It's like I can't talk, but one of the things that led me to making YouTube videos is that my background is like tutoring and teaching, and it's just one of my favorite things to do, and it's just I have a lot of practice with it. So I don't know. I would hope that I'm good at explaining things, but sometimes I over explain. Jojo said, "Thank you for your Mistweaver guide. I watched it earlier and have been practicing this afternoon." Jojo, I appreciate that. But today after the stream, I'm gonna be finishing up my longer version of the guide. Like that was a 1 minute. I squeezed as much information as I could in a 1 minute guide. But the video that's gonna be dropping either tomorrow morning if I get it finished tonight, or the next day is gonna have like every single bit of information that you need, and it's honestly not that much longer. It's longer than a minute, but it's 20 minutes for a full in-depth guide. I think is pretty fair, but it literally covers like any button that you press in any given moment, basically. Um, I appreciate that, Aquatic Bear. I really do. Y'all are awesome. Like seriously, the amount of chats that you go into like on streamers and stuff, and like sometimes it's like fun to like pick at like the streamer and stuff, and I do it too, you know. But sometimes people, it's so easy to be mean on the internet because like there's no way I can like maybe I could clap back at you, like be like, oh yeah, well, you know, Nerdy's, well, you know, I don't know, but like it's so easy to be mean, but y'all are like seriously some of the most like genuine and like nice people, and like it makes streaming like it streaming like lifts my mental health because of how awesome y'all are. So I appreciate it. Um, awesome. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to dropping it too because I've put in so much time to try to make it as good as possible, and I think it's in such a good state. Like I think I'm so happy with it. And lately I've been putting so much more time into each video that like it's kind of like each one's like my little project, you know, and I'm so excited to post it so then y'all can like watch it and like I'm like, what do y'all think, you know? But I really do think that why be helpful to why be mean to a helpful, nice, and funny person? Hey, you'd be surprised. There's some people who are just rude in DMs for no reason or on YouTube comments, dude. Some people just go crazy. Like, oh my God, there's one. Okay, there's one message that I got the other day that I had to show to my wife, and I've brought it up to y'all on Twitch already, but this dude, it might be one of you guys, but it cracked me up. Okay, so y'all don't know where I live, hopefully, but y'all do know that I was raised in the deep south. Okay, so like I say some things a little weird. I've tried to shake the accent, but there are some words that have stuck. Oh yeah, Marley, I forgot. I forgot. That's your identity. But there are some words that I cannot shake the accent on, and one of them is pull. Pool. Pool. Like your tank pulled this, boss. I say pool because I grew up in the deep south and I grew up going to the pool, the swimming pool, every day. So it's so hard for me to shake. Um, but this guy just came in and just absolutely blasted me in the comments for saying, why do you keep saying pool? It's pronounced Pull, like all this stuff. I'm like, I can't help it. Brother Bear knows. Brother Bear gets it. Good old Southern slang. But I'm not as bad. Some of the people that we grew up with, Brother Bear, have like some ridiculous accents, like crazy. I think me and you both came out pretty okay for where we were raised. God Severman said, "Hello, which item are you buying next week?" I plan on buying Fyrax Tainted Rage Heart. I think that's like just a given. I'm gonna buy it because I don't plan on doing much raiding this season, or at least not early in the season. But I plan on doing a lot of Mythic Plus pushing, especially starting like next week moving forward. And I just want to gear up my character specifically for Mythic Plus. And I think the best purchase I could make is Fyrax Tainted Rage Heart. That's just me personally. If I were rating, I think like you couldn't go wrong if you don't have last season's seedling. Like say I just did not have a seedling, then getting a seedling would be great. But if I did have a last season seedling, I think the upgrade from a season 3 to a season 4 seedling is a little smaller than if you upgrade your second healing trinket. Like say if I was going into raid if I had a last season seedling, I would go with like a Neltharian's Call to Dominance as my second trinket, or as my first buy, and then the next week I would buy the upgraded seedling, maybe. But like season 3 trinkets, seedling trinket is still fine, you know. Oh no, this guy went to Dawn of the Infinite. The wrong dungeon, buddy. Let's see. You do play on a US server, I assume from your current time, am I right? No, I don't. I play from a time that is off. See, my local time is 2, but it's like 3:54. So it's about 3 p.m., but this shows 4. So I'm even off of my local time, which is weird. Let's see. It was a reason for me to choose Mistweaver. Awesome. I do think when I first started, there was just a lot less information readily available to new Mistweaver players. So that was kind of like another reason why I was like, I just think like this this spec is so much fun, and I just don't think there's a lot available to people. So I just wanted to kind of make sure that new Mistweaver players trying to enjoy the spec that I enjoy so much, I wanted to make sure that they had as many resources as possible, even if it's too many. Just like I want you to have a 30-minute video explaining the rotation of Chi-Ji, you know, like just have it. You know what I was trying to do? I really want to try peer into peace on this dungeon just for the third boss to see if it helps at all. I've been wanting to give that a whirl, but I keep forgetting to swap to it. I guess I could just walk out of the dungeon, swap really quick, but it's not that deep. We're gonna run a circle around these guys. Cool, but the reason why I told my wife that, maybe I shouldn't tell you guys all the words that I think still have like a deep accent for me, because then you won't be able to unhear it. Unhear it? Unhear it's right? You won't be able to, yeah, unhear it. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But there are some words that if you pay close attention, you'll be like, what is he saying? Like, did he mean to say it like that? The answer is no. I don't mean to. I do it to annoy you guys. We definitely want to mark the tank, even though it literally doesn't really help. No! Got clapped. We have a 12-second bleed. Does Chi-Ji stack the cost reduction of Enveloping Mist over 100% so I can cast 2 for free? No, it stops you at 3 stacks, so any kicks that you cast, or that you hit, I should say, beyond the third one will just kind of go to waste in that way in the stacks. You can only get up to 3 stacks. That would be cool, though, if you could just, like, kick, and then just, like, rip, like, 4 Enveloping Mist. That would be cool, but no, I'll show you. Like, if I pop Chi-Ji, if I blackout kick, I'll get 3 stacks, and if I blackout kick again, I just stay at 3 stacks. Where is it? Right here. Invoke Chi-Ji. I'm just chilling at 3 stacks. It does have a cap, unfortunately. That would be like a really cool design, though. I guess now that we have talents that let us just rip a bunch of Enveloping Mist really quickly, that probably could be broken in Raid. You could probably just sit on like 30 stacks. And then rip them all at once in Raid. That would be kind of broken. Hey, dude, y'all are absolutely popping off today in chat. I don't know what it is about Mondays when the season first drops, but I feel like everyone's logging in, playing their keys, and just, you know, having a good time, and I absolutely love it. I'm all for it. Where's that frontal? It was aimed right at me. That's bad. Oh my goodness, y'all are popping off. I think, is it just Marley pissing everyone off talking about how good Blood Death Knight is, or is that what's going on? Jojo said, English is my second language, so whatever you say probably isn't as thick as my accent. That's fair. That's fair. I've learned that I have a lot of German first viewers, and that does come down to, I think there's just a big player base in Germany of WoW. But apparently I have a lot of German viewers, and I also have a lot of French viewers. No, we love Marley. Let's see. Any in particular? Oh gosh, I missed a chat. Hey LB, please tell me other tanks outside of DH that still play well this season. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, Marley would be a better person to answer that question for me about which tanks are good. But if I had to guess, so far, Blood Death Knights are good as long as they don't get one-shot by the mechanics. They have a lot of tools to deal with incoming damage very well, as long as they don't run in and just die instantly. Paladins are always just like a catch-all tank, because they just handle mechanics very well. Uh-oh. We're going to have to... Where is he? Where did he go? Where is this guy? Okay, this is going to be kind of sloppy. We're going to have to revival... And then Shayloons. Because we were kind of running around doing a whole lot of nothing there. We still don't have Chi-Ji available. Whoa, don't die. Yeah, we kind of had to have a makeshift cooldown there. A small Shayloons mixed with our Vivify cleaving. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. I don't like how far the hunter's running out, though. It's making my life a little difficult. I don't want to boop. Just gonna hot everyone up. We're gonna pop Chi-Ji for this first thing. Okay, we did Lust though, but we want to Tiger Palm twice, and we might just want to sit at these stacks. Okay, we pop Chi-Ji after that first tick. Rip the Blackout Kicks after the second one. Then just spot heal around. Just getting the full value of Chi-Ji. That first one definitely hurts, that first static surge. So you absolutely want Chi-Ji for it. Because it maybe that was a mistake. Because he racks up his power during the intermission. And he comes out of the intermission just doing more damage. Now we can just pump him down. I don't want to lose the squad, but I thought the boss would die like 10 seconds ago, if I'm being honest. Let's see. Ooh, a bot? Oh no, was there a bot? Ete Popete said, hey Ninja, how do you feel about Monk in Season 4? I purposely love it. The day one, I was feeling the nerfs, but also I think it's just because we were just very under-geared trying to do like +8s and stuff. But now that I have like a little bit more gear, and I have a little bit more practice in the dungeon pool, I definitely think that the nerfs were a bit... They weren't as bad as I thought they were. I didn't think they were going to be bad, but I don't think they were as bad as people were making it out to be. People are like literally swapping off Monk, and I don't think it's doomsday, you know. But I'm definitely still enjoying Monk. I think is a good way to answer that. Let's see. Many must not be playing Prot Warrior. You can find once. Yeah, I don't see many Prot Warriors around, but also I am very behind on chat. I am so sorry. We have revival here, but I don't think I want to use it. I'm German too. Yeah, see, there's a lot. Uh-huh, excuse me. It does, even with Leggy still don't have it. Hi, I'm from Germany. A lot of people from Germany. There's a lot of you guys. And you know what? Represent Germany. I've heard Germany is like one of the most beautiful countries you can ever visit. But I do have my French teacher in high school said that when she was going to France, she stopped like to take she had to take a train in Germany, and like that there were these like sketchy guys that were on it with her, and they were like making fun of her French accent. I don't know. That's the only story I've ever heard from anyone that's visited. Other than that, she had nothing but nice things to say. So far, I'm quite happy how tanky my Prot Warrior is. Apparently, Prot Warriors have like a lot of good mechanics to deal with some of the big tank busters this season. So I've heard, but I do think they just lack like some of the utility that some of these other tanks have. That like DH can just move packs around. So if you look in like MDI, you're gonna see a lot of DHs just because they can control mobs and handle bigger pools better. Bigger pulls better pools. Oh, I had a question actually. Since the vitality on Master of Harmony is based on our max health, does Fortifying Brew increase the amount you can store? Oh, that's a great question. Once again, I have not tested any. Oh God, I have not tested any War Within Alpha. I was not in the War Within Alpha, but if I had to guess, I would think it would scale like that. Just because if it goes off of our maximum health, Fortifying Brew does increase our temporarily boost our maximum health. Unless that has to do with like, does that have to do with like snapshotting and stuff? But I would think it does work. I would think it does work. If I had to just guess based on how it's all worded. We are just single target damaging these guys. I used to always spinning Crane Kick while they were out, because like, yeah, it does solid healing to the group. But really, only one person's taking damage during this pool. At most points, and also there I was spinning Crane Kick because of range, but also you just really want to kill these guys as fast as possible. And AoE damage doesn't really mean much on these pools, but like here I'm going to swap to Kairaz or Cyraz just because he needs to die. Man, you can tell just how much y'all are going crazy in chat, because I don't think I'm ever this far behind in chat. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't think I've ever been this far behind. We're gonna run out mana. Pro Warrior suffers from a lack of utility for the group. Yeah, I think that's what holds him back a bit. Oh no! Oh god! Not the Dutch Bon. LOL DB is. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means, if I'm being honest. Alright, we're coming up on the tough stretch of this dungeon, so strap in, guys. You're in for a ride. We definitely want to make sure we're defensiving that. Ooh, we alley-ooped it. Our tank is out of his death and decay. I'm pretty sure I've heard that that's like, that is death for the tank. Or for a Blood Death Knight if they move out of their Death and Decay. Am I wrong? Oof, we are absolutely getting clapped, dude. Yeah, that was all me. I thought I'd have a chance to plant there, but I had like no utility up. I guess I had Ring of Peace available, so dang, okay. That death was all my fault. But the good news is we're pretty covered in terms of cooldown for this one. Oof. Okay, we have Fort Brew that we need to just pop. We have Shayloons as well. Oof. That was clean. Gotta use a makeshift cooldown. We have 5 stacks. This guy has 2, but he is getting clapped. What happened over here? We have Chi-Ji. We have Shayloons. I kind of want to save Chi-Ji. Yeah, we're not going to pop the cooldown here. Okay, I mean, look, it wasn't the cleanest thing ever, but not the worst thing ever. The German National Train Service. Okay, so maybe it does have a bad rap. That's kind of funny. It's probably sending a billion messages. Probably you sending a billion messages? No. It turns out I wasn't that far behind. So we Chi-Ji'd the first one. We're just gonna stay on the Proto Dragon. Just get it dead before a second one happens. Because the way that I like to layer this hallway is there are 3 dragons. I like to Chi-Ji the first one to immune the slow, or the debuff. I like to revival the middle one, and then Chi-Ji the last one. That way you can kind of like cheese all 3 of them. The problem with this, though, is that you won't have revival up for a while on the boss, which is... It can come back to hurt you, but it's not the end of the world. You'll basically be able to revival midway through the boss. That only really comes back to bite you if you start to fall behind like early in the fight. But also it looks like this dragon's gonna get a second deep chill off, so we are gonna kind of prep for that. Nice. We're gonna like pre-pop Chi-Ji here. The reason being is because we really want it off cooldown for the boss. And if we pop it like early in the pool, all we need is like the last few seconds of Chi-Ji to be rolling while he tries to apply the dot. I guess you technically can Chi-Ji every single one if that first one doesn't die fast enough. Alright, let's do this. I'm not gonna Mana Tea here. Yeah, see, I knew if I popped it, we'd have plenty of time. Tank! Oh, the tank took the whole frontal to the face. Not a very good Chi-Ji. That's okay. But we are coming up on the roadblock of the dungeon. I definitely want everything in my toolkit available. We're definitely gonna actually drink for mana. So we're gonna actually eat food. So we have manatee stacks on the fight. Ninja, why don't you use Dragon Spittle for mana? I'm pretty sure someone's asked me that. It's like a consumable, right? Oh, brother. We're saying no lust? Yeah, we are lusting this sucker. I don't think we lust on pool, but I don't know. It's just literally I don't even know what Dragon Spittle does, if I'm being totally honest. So that should that probably gives you an answer. It's a little unfortunate the tank isn't pulling the boss here. Uh-oh, that's not good. That was me too.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the Blood Death Knight. I should be healing the Death Knight. I'm so sorry. No, oh no, I literally called it too. I figured that was gonna happen. Oh, did we just run it back? But then the more he stayed alive, I was like, okay, maybe I can stick and heal the DPS. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's brutal. You're cranking? I was doing like okay, but we let the tank die, which is like really bad. I mean, it's not any other. If it were not a Blood Death Knight, I do think that's on him. But since it's a Blood Death Knight, they can't really do any self-healing unless they have something to hit. So it kind of was on me. Also, I'm pretty sure I baited the Frost Cyclone over the one that we were gonna get, which the tank had it positioned there. The Blood Death Knight dies, it's his fault. I mean, I don't know. I think it was just as much mine too. It's just faster mana drink. I mean, I'll definitely have to look into it, but I think it's something you get from the auction house, right? I don't know. Look, I'm cheap. I'm cheap. We get the free stuff here. We're fine though. We don't have revival for 2 minutes, but we're fine. Definitely don't like how I did my rotation here because now we're Chi-Jing when we have to move off the boss. Just losing uptime on the boss, but man, it is spooky. Definitely should be expel harming myself.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We just gotta Shayloons. Yeah, we are so behind here. It's just... We're likely gonna wipe. But... I'm behind. My bad, guys. Because we have revival here. Ugh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know it's bad when you've cast more spells than you've punched and kicked. But now we're chilling. We're in a better spot now, I think.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oof. No, tank. Okay. We have B-Reses out. We need the homies to take them. We're also out of mana. So we need to be cranking into the Evoker. I think my target selection was very bad this fight, because I was healing into myself selfishly when I should have been healing into other people and planning to expel harm myself is really what it came down to. But we made it. Look, we made it through with nothing. But man, that definitely was hard mode because we didn't have revival ready. Which revival's not like great on this fight, but it can help smooth your transition between Chi-Ji and Shayloons. Yeah, that was rough. He can immune that hide. Interesting, I think. Yeah, that's it. That boss sucks. Yeah, it's brutal. I think this boss is overtuned. I don't think so. I think people were saying that at the beginning of last season too, or last time that this was a thing. And it's just because this boss, it's difficult. It's very difficult. I don't know if it's overtuned. But I definitely think I could have played that better. You saw in the first pool, I do think I played it, the healing rotation, a lot better than that one. But there, I popped Shayloons before Chi-Ji, and it made my Chi-Ji be very bad because then my Chi-Ji was during a movement window where I wasn't able to punch the boss. And that made me fall behind for literally the rest of the fight until people started dying. And I kind of had to let the hunter die in order to have my spot healing, you know, be more efficient. Which sounds horrible, but that is kind of what happened there. Is we were able to catch up because the hunter died. And then we only had 4 people to heal. But it literally all stemmed from... oh, goodness. It all stemmed from us not having revival up, and then also just the timing of our cooldowns being reversed, basically. It's a tough fight to heal, but I think it's okay to have a couple fights each season that are just healer fights, basically. Other than that, look, I'm happy with how that went because the boss died. The boss died, but there was definitely just like a panic scenario and during that whole fight where I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I just pick a target and cast spot healing. That's all I got. Thank you, good. I definitely think if this were a +10, we would have wiped there. That's how close it got. No. Fools. You know what this she reminds me of when she says that? Have y'all seen have any of you guys watched the anime Fairy Tale? You'll know how if you have, I'm pretty sure, what's his name, Excalibur, like he's based off the weapon Excalibur, but he's in that show and all he says is fools. Like I don't know anything else. I don't remember much about it, but just like fools. You think you can beat the great Excalibur or something like that? I don't know. She just reminds me of it. Blood Death Knight don't have damage mitigation. I mean, they have like 1 button or like maybe 2, but like, yeah, that was definitely my fault. I don't want the. I definitely think I was the reason for our first wipe. Oh, I had aggro. Oh, that's brutal. No, man. I was just about to Shayloon's gift and save the world. Dang. Not Fairy Tale. I like Fairy Tale, Brother Bear. I like Fairy Tale. Not a bad anime. Their damage mitigation is take the damage, heal it up. Yeah, basically. They have their whole thing is they're supposed to take damage and then they self-heal based on how much damage they've taken recently, basically. They do have active mitigation though. They do have buttons they can press to mitigate damage. But you can't like right now, almost all of their mitigation is down. So I bet it was like that for the boss fight when we let them die. But yeah, they definitely, comparing them to like prot warrior or prot paladins and bear druids is a huge difference. We can time this, right? If we one phase it, or like two, like technically one intermission it. Oh, he got, was that engineering B-res or something? Please do not pull the boss before I've topped him up. He took the B-res, that's kind of brutal. We've got this, right? Soul Eater. Oh, yeah. Soul Eater, Soul Eater, Soul Eater, my bad. Not Fairy Tale, it's Soul Eater. Ah, what an idiot. What an idiot. Both are pretty, like, basic animes, but both pretty good. Definitely want to watch our positioning here. Oh man, I can't believe I said that. Luckily, we have Brother Bear to save the day. All right, we got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes. What was the boss at? I think I'm supposed to Tiger's Lust the Evoker because they have more movement than me. Just don't die, Evoker. I won't die if you won't die. Nice. Alright, so we can paralysis this guy. Just stay in timeout. We trapped that other guy. I'm so scared. People, please. What are we doing? As long as you stop their cast, like if you paralysis them, they're not infusing into the boss, making them not make the boss like stronger basically. But once you stop their cast, if you don't have them CC'd, they will be doing that heavy cast. Okay, we need to diffuse magic this first one. Then we can dampen the next one. Okay, the tank is standing kind of far out. Yeah, the tank is causing people to die, I think. Tank needs to be a little bit closer. I'm at max melee range. I'm like right up against the tank. I'm like very afraid of my positioning. Also, I am like squeezed between these globules. Whoa, not taking that risk. It's awkward. Dip our toes in. That was very risky, but I did it between the melees. We can fort brew this one. Kill it, please. Nice. We timed it. Right? We did time it? Yeah, we timed it. Nice. Yeah, tank needs to be in melee. Yeah, I think he immune the, like, he did the immune the pushback, but he was still playing pretty far out, which got scary. A nice ring for the squad. Thank you all. Good heals. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. GG, guys. That's always nice when you get a compliment. Look, we almost out-healed a Blood Death Knight. That's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. That was stressful. It was really stressful. There's hauls for you. Ugh, I can't wait till I get more item level, though. I can just, like, tell that we're not... we're just not, like, as strong as we could be. I'm trying to come up with a build for the War Within Mistweaver, but the talents are so different. It's hard. Narratives, that would be a fun video. Maybe I could get like a couple people in Discord and we could all kind of like theory craft together. But I honestly have not looked at much War Within stuff because I just wasn't in at the I haven't been in the I wasn't in the alpha. There we go. I can't think. So you're saying buy Dragon Spittle. Spittle. Dragon Spittle. Ooh, it's cheap too. Okay, 285,000 over 20 seconds versus 260. It's barely different at day. It's barely different. But you're right. It's cheaper. It is cheaper. So yeah, we'll buy a couple. We'll buy like 44. How about that? We have Spittle now. Now where is it? Oh, it's in my mailbox. Yeah, you're like the 10th person to ask why I don't use Spittle, and I also every time I just haven't even given it a shot. But there you go. But yeah, that would be a fun thing. Is one day just like sit down with a few of you guys in Discord. I've been wanting to do that. How did the ice boss go? We wiped once. Because the tank died, but it was kind of my fault. I wasn't spot healing them when they died, and then we killed it again. But since it was a second run, we didn't have all of our cooldowns down, so the early part of the fight was horrible. Like I basically started with Shayloons, which I never liked doing, and then our Chi-Ji was during the ring phase, so it was just very sloppy. But we killed it. I mean, we killed the boss, so it could have gone worse. Let's queue up to some of the easier dungeons. We got Algathar, we got Knockout Offensive. But yeah, I've been wanting to do a video like that with you guys, where I just get some of you guys in Discord and we just like chat, like maybe just about something, like a little. There's podcasts, right? People have podcasts. I do not want to start a podcast, but it could be like podcast-esque, where instead of having like myself and like guests on, I have like myself and some of you guys in, like just to talk about what could be a fun build for War Within, for example. Um, I think now would be a good time since Mistweaver's changing so much in War Within. Yeah, but also it would be a little hasty if we did it now because there's still more changes to come before War Within. But we're trying to find another fight, dude. Neltharis would be fun. It's a fun time. It's not a good time. It's a fun time. We could do a salty run back in halls. I mean, wouldn't be the worst thing. Queuing up for 10s. Uldaman, don't want to go in Uldaman. Not gonna lie. Not feeling like Uldaman today. We've done one already. I think we did like a 9, was it? Yeah, we did a 9. But we're still fighting the gear boss. Have y'all crafted gear yet? Like, do some of you guys have like high item levels because of crafted, or have you guys just gotten lucky with drops? I think day 1 I was pretty lucky. I got like 3 pieces of gear day 1, and since then I have not gotten like any drops, like any loot drops. I think I got 1 ring. Got 1 ring. Yeah, you crafted your shoes. Yeah, I did feet. Interesting. Okay, maybe that's why my item level's so behind. It's because I need to craft, and that's what it is. Look, we can run back the Azure Vault, but I can already tell you how that's gonna go. We need 10s. Put me in your 10s. 10. They need a healer for Halls 9. We just did that. Knockout would be fun, dude. I love Knockout Offensive. It's like the right amount of challenging to where it's a fun dungeon, in my opinion. Algathar too. Veximus is tough, but other than that, this dungeon's kind of free, in my opinion. I don't know what's best to spend crests on, recrafting or gear upgrades. I think maybe recrafting, because if you're upgrading just like your best piece at this given moment, that piece might still even be replaced in a few weeks. So I think like recrafting is a pretty high value way to use crests. If I had to guess. Man, put me in the keys. I want in. I'm sorry, my English is bad. I said feet and meant boot. No, I knew what you meant. I just read it weird. No, your English is totally fine. I promise. Smart thinking, I like it. Yeah, the reason why I haven't spent any of my crest yet is because like I could upgrade this ring, which is a very good ring, but I would be wasting crest on a champion piece, you know? So it's like it's always for me, I'm just a hoarder. I would rather only do like plus 10s week one or plus nines, I guess, week one, um, in favor of spending all my crests and getting into higher keys. It's just to me, it's just more worth it to stockpile crests week one and just get a fancy vault. Like we have basically a max vault. We could just sit here and do 10s and get all 2522 pieces, but we have all mythic track pieces. I'm chilling. I am so chilling. But like it would be nice to kind of like bump up some of this IO. But you know what I haven't done is I haven't raided. I have not raided yet. Maybe we just hop in a raid and just do some Chi-Ji raiding. What do y'all say about that? Would that turn any of you guys away? I don't want to turn anyone away, but if I were to, what is projected max item level? I would think it's like 525-ish, 524-ish, given like legendaries and stuff. But if 522 is, oh, well, I guess 522 is like mythic track max, then it's probably like, yeah, like 524 if there's a legendary that goes up a bit more. 499.8, no crafting yet. Is mythic pieces 8s? Yes, 8 is max fault in my opinion. I'm so curious about how you find rating now. Yeah, I haven't really tried it if I'm being honest, but I guess we could do like a raid boss or something to kind of just test it out. Look, someone is on Broodkeeper. They need heals. They have 2-5-14. Put me in. Need egg people. I am not an egg person. Smold. Heroic Razagath. Healers skip for Fyrak. Oh, they're doing Emirdrasil. So we want to look for Vault. Yeah, I know nothing about the new rating. I don't know about the affixes or anything. We're just gonna kind of go in blind. Brood. I really want Broodkeeper. I want that trinket. So please put me in. Also, the War Within raid. Also, TW raid if you're not going to do with guild. Let's see some rating. Also, TW. TW. What is TW? Oh, there's no affixes? Okay. With no crafting or using anything. That would be funny. Yeah, I'm thinking we just full on time walking. You want to see time walking? Ooh, that would be weird. I don't know what any of the old bosses do. Okay, let's just try see what our old raid build can put out. Y'all want to see me do some time walking bosses, guys? Y'all know I started in Shadowlands, right? Like y'all know that would just be horrible. What is it? The primal. What? How do I get to the time walking? I don't even know. It's Black Temple. I have no idea what Black Temple is. You don't have to know. It is literally tank and spank. Oh, okay. I guess like old bosses are pretty simple, right? I guess we should change the stream title too if we're gonna do some raid bosses. Mistweaver keys pushing. Mistweaver. Raid slamming. I don't know. Slamming's just like a catch-all word for a stream title, I think. Guys, I don't remember this fight. So, okay, but y'all are saying it's just regular heroic. So are we gonna get like bad item level gear? Okay, so I'd have to go through the LFG. Okay, gotta go to Shat to queue up. Shat? Oh, like Shatran or whatever. I was like, you have to go. Shit, keep that to yourself, dude. You know. Okay, I've never done Black Temple before, and I've now taken 3 tunes through for decent gear. Interesting. So you're actually like people are gearing up through time walking raids. Interesting. It's awakened this week, so buffed for this season with heroic level gear. Now this gear's awakened. Y'all are speaking a different language. No, I know. I remember kind of how season 4 Shadowlands worked, but I knew that my guild was going to be taking raiding off this season, so I was kind of just like, I don't know. I might hop into some heroics like later in the season, but I was not expecting the week 1. But I will do a Broodkeeper. I really, really, really want the highest chance to get this trinket. It's one of my favorites. It's like a pet trinket of mine. Where is it? Broodkeeper's Promise. So you tether yourself to one ally, and for the next hour, so you have to keep reapplying it in raid. I remember my hunter was who I was tethered to in raid when I wore this trinket, and they were like, "Hey, rebuff. Hey, rebuff." Um, but yeah, you both get verse, and you both have just like a rolling tiny hot on yourself, but it's so good. So we go for Broodkeeper's. No, I don't recommend everyone go for a Broodkeeper's trinket. I do think this is a good second trinket. I do think though that it's outshined. Like I think you're in raid, you're gonna want Seedling plus a secondary trinket, and then in Mythic Plus, you're gonna want Fire Axe plus a secondary trinket. And this one's like good. It's not like your best in slot, but like the Echo of Neltharion trinket. Neltharian's Call to Dominance is a great secondary trinket. Like it's insane for Mistweavers because you get a main stat bump every time you pop your Celestial. That's a great one to go for. OC's good stat trinket. Rashox obviously is pretty solid. This is good for damage, Ice Blood, but like there's just like a lot of different trinkets you can go for. But if I could get Broodkeepers to drop, then I would be happy. I'm not planning on buying Broodkeepers at least within the first like few weeks. Items you buy with bullions, what track are they? Heroics or Mythic? I think they're gonna be Myth track, right? I think they're gonna come Myth track at like level 1. Um, I'm pretty sure. What is it? Boracode. Boracode. I'm pretty sure that they come as Myth Track level 1. I got a champion Broodkeeper. Oh man, I'm jealous. I love that trinket. I really do. I like it in both Mythic Plus and Raid because the healing does add up in a raid fight. I remember like parses when Broodkeepers was a thing. Like people got shocked by it. Oh, there's 0 out of 12 upgrades. They're awakened, upgradable to 528. Oh, okay, so never mind. Never mind. But they can be upgraded to the Mythic Max level, yeah. Even if you get the Bullion from LFR, I don't like to raid. Just focus on M+, so it'd be amazing. So, okay, question. If I do 0 raid fights this week, will I get 0 Bullions next week? I should know this. I feel like I should know this. I do think I knew this at one point, so I do have to make sure I'm doing raid fights every week. Oh, that's brutal. That changes what I'm doing tonight. That's rough. Catch up on Bullion, okay. Hey, that's like 2. No, there's a catch up. Okay, so I would get 2 next week. But in order to get them, I do actually have to do raid fights. Do I have to like clear the whole raid? Do I have to kill every boss, or does like each boss have a chance to drop a Bullion kind of thing? Is that how it works? You get 1 every week, it catches up. If you miss 1 week, you get 2 the next week. I do like that. I do really like that. Also, we're going to see which group we're put in. If we're going to be on the ad group, which I was in my original raid, then we're going to swap to Chi-Ji. But if we're going to be on boss, I think it's just better to be on this. Now I got mine from the first boss of LFR, Borico. That's crazy luck. Each boss, yeah, any boss I meant. High chance from any boss. That's good. At least it's a high chance. But I remember this boss being like a roadblock for sure, but maybe that was just on Mythic. I remember it being tough on Heroic too. So it's gonna be a little brutal. It might be. I'm gonna do my best. Do my best. Got a crowd standing ovation going. They'll claim they claim you'll be able to obtain anything you miss. Oh, that's good. They should obey the catch up. Gotcha. What's my raid build? Currently, it's just what I was running on Mythic Fire Rack. So this is what I'm rocking with right now. Group 2 and 3 are ads. Okay, so we are not ad groups, so yeah, I'm totally fine staying with my spot heal build, my Yulon build. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since I progged Fire Rack. This is what we're rocking. Is there anything that I would change? Maybe. I don't know, because with the raw like healing throughput nerf, the 13% overall nerf, that nerfs every little core mechanic that we use in this build. But Ancient Teachings was not nerfed, basically. Because it scales off of your damage. It's like a 1-to-1, 1 to 1.5 ratio of damage. You said you drink G Fuel, right? What's your favorite flavor? I do. I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored, but the watermelon flavor has a hold on me, like a choke hold on me. It's so good. Each boss, yeah, any boss I'm in. I got mine from LFR too. I did LFR, normal, heroic, and 2 mythic bosses this week. Guess who did not get 1 tier token? Oh, Marley. Poor Marley. Goodness, I also forgot about tier tokens, so maybe I should be doing raiding. I definitely do need to look for a guild to raid with. I love Shiny Splash and Watermelon, so good. Shiny Splash is like the Pokemon one, the A Drive. I think I've tried that in the caffeine free flavor, but my 2 favorites are Watermelon and then Cotton Candy. Then now it's been rebranded to be Ninja's thing, but those are my 2 favorite. But yeah, dude, the watermelon is insane. So good. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna try our rating build again. I have not rated since we killed Fyrak. Ooh, I forgot. I was also a staff runner. So I remember my Broodkeeper, my Diurna parse was like really bad because I was a staff runner. Me too, Marley. I'm at like 1.5 servings a day now, but only because I swapped back to getting my favorite flavor, and I feel like I set myself up, you know. It's very good though. But I've also been a lot more busy, so I think when you're just like you're very busy, I kind of just get bored up here, and I think you know how people like eat when they're bored? I definitely think I like drink more of this when I'm bored. But I totally forgot to take my medicine today. Ah. Suno and Fadi will always get the egg at the boss's head. I'll face him to it, guys. I do not remember these mechanics. Y'all are about to see me just wipe the raid. I'm like, why is my water bottle dripping on me? Is it broken? No, it just wasn't, the lid wasn't screwed on. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do with him? Alright, I really have to get back into the gear of raiding. I also think it's a mistake to play this build right now while under geared and freshly nerfed. Raid staff goes down, you stand in circle, press boss button, get laser, run laser through An egg that is shocky looking. Also has a timer. We'll see how this goes, but at least you were warned. Thank you, brother, for the music. It might take a few tries. Sorry, I'm ready. I tried to click. First egg requires 3 staff, so we'll be using it. Guys, these are all just... I don't even know what they're saying. Let's run it. Also, we don't have manatee stacked up, so it could just be horrible.
5, 4, 3.
I also don't know when the ramps are. Like, we also are pulling the boss the opposite side of the map. I think I'm just gonna punch and kick till I see damage happen. Let's just do it. Okay, wildfire looks like it's gonna do big damage, so we're gonna... This is disappointing. This is very little damage. That's when I should have ramped. Oh, I'm gonna... Oh, someone else revivaled that. Or someone else mass dispelled it, maybe. We have people who are in the wrong spot for sure. Oh, I remember the tank received a clap on this fight. I'm gonna heal him up a bit. I'm watching him for a life cocoon though. Remember, you're supposed to like circle the boss with those and then collapse in on the boss when that actually hits. Okay, we're definitely gonna... Yikes. Protect your keeper. Man, I don't know where my weak aura went. That showed me my manatee buff. Ow! Ionizing charge, so I need to move away from that. Okay. Oh, should not have released. And people are leaving the group, dude. We definitely learned a lot there. Whew, you can do it. I don't know. I don't use 1 full spoon for my shaker, though. It's too sweet for me. But I drink like 3 to 4 shakers a day. Yeah, there are some flavors that I really did like diluting more. Like, I used... Let's see. Oh, I don't have bedhead now that I'm like turning my side. Okay. There's the Alex Straza. There's like a World of Warcraft flavor that it was very strong, so I liked diluting it with more water, but dude, the watermelon, I could literally just inhale the whole tub. If it wouldn't kill me, if my heart wouldn't explode, I would do that. Happily, I would do it. But yeah. Don't try at home. All things considered, that went okay, but I feel like... Okay, so this person is running an Ancient Teachings build. It'll be interesting to kind of side-by-side compare. They're definitely gonna have better mana than me. What percent did we wipe at? Okay, Brewkeeper was at 70%, so I think I actually am gonna swap. But the problem is that we're sitting on boss. I don't think the raid build gets as much value. Also, it's been a long time since I've updated this. But we can try it, guys. Y'all know I love me a Chi-Ji build in raid. What do we want? We definitely want to get to Invokers somehow. Is it possible? I don't think so. Dang, can we really not get Invokers? Oof, okay. Oh, that's gonna be so bad. Do we need... What is this? This is our Tiger Palms hitting twice. That's literally all it does. So yeah, I think we definitely have to drop Awaken Jade Fire. Let's try it. Let's try it's gonna be a single target scenario. So I really do actually like Awakened Jadefire in a single target scenario because it smooths out our Chi-Ji, but nothing smooths out Chi-Ji quite like a lot of haste, you know? Yeah, we're definitely gonna give it a whirl. Give the old Chi-Ji build a whirl. But it's gonna be rough. It is gonna be rough because we are assigned to stick to the boss. It's just I think if we wanna make it through the entire time with full mana, we might have to swap to this. Let's see. That looks like a really strong build, though. This build that I just swapped to, yeah, I mean it's solid. It's fine, I think, especially in yeah. Hey, Marley, you right. I don't put ice in mine anymore, but I need to. It's definitely slept on. I definitely need to put ice in mine more. But I do like this build. I think it's safer on mana. Like I'll run out less, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think having we're gonna basically have single target uptime the whole fight. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. We're gonna get a lot less value than we could if we had 3+ targets to cleave on. But I don't know. Maybe we just stick with our other raid build and now we just adjust our first ramp a bit. I'm torn, but we have to make a decision quick. Let's try this, but let's actually stack up Manatee first. Let's do this. The cast weaving was strong, but yeah, mana is the issue. Yeah, but also we didn't come into the fight with 20 stacks of Manatee. That definitely shafted us a bit, for sure. It also doesn't help playing a ramp build when you don't remember any of the boss mechanics. I'll just go ahead and say that now. But it shouldn't. We're chilling. I think we're chilling. But it's cool because we have another Mistweaver playing the Chi-Ji build right next to us, so we can like side by side compare. Oop. Guys, help. You can just order it from the. Oh, I can't buy it in Germany. That's sad. Yeah, it might be like locked from certain places. All right, let's get the show on the road. What are we waiting on? Yeah, I only ever buy during BOGO. Like buy one get one free, not buy one get one half off. Always buy one get one free. Like the only way. Ooh. Are we waiting on more people maybe? Oh, yeah. We need another tank. Oh, that's weird. Copyright stuff? That's crazy. Hey, you two, Intac. I appreciate you hanging out. It was a good time. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Um, yeah, we're gonna hopefully get this trinket. That's what we're shooting for. But I'm pretty sure like pug groups just don't last long enough to kill bosses right now, if I'm being honest. But once again, I appreciate you coming by. You were amazing, and you deserve to have a good rest of your day. We need to maintain these stacks, though. I'll tell you what. I will not miss having pre-pool shenanigans to do in terms of Manatee. So hopefully they just need to add a button that we have that says, hey, get to 20 stacks if you're out of combat. If you're out of combat, press this button. You're at 20 stacks. Like, that needs to happen. Will it give me enough energy to play WoW all night? It'll give you enough energy to play WoW Yeah, it gives you, it's caffeine. It gives you energy. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't know. It's just like drinking like a big cup of coffee. Hey LB in chat. What's up, Few Socks? How you doing? Happy Monday. How's everyone's vault looking? Like, does everyone have like fully stacked up vaults? Because right now I just have the Mythic Plus covered. I do need to at least get like 2 bosses done. But to play all night, I would not recommend. I used to drink this stuff at like 7 p.m. and it did make it harder to fall asleep. So I would recommend drinking it in the mornings if you drink it, just like any caffeine. Man, this is where are the people? Just accept people. Oh, we need specifically tanks. I think I have 3 or 4 dungeons so far. I'm gonna cap it off tonight. 1 mythic raid slot, 2 heroic raid slots. Rest is full of mythic plus. Very nice, Marley. Ayo, what's up? Is it Hossein? 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 I'm gonna say Hossein. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's up, dude? How's it going? We're currently apparently waiting on a tank to join up. And then after the stream, I've got a lot of editing to do, like a ton. I think I'm gonna like throw on a movie and then just crank it out. Like just crank out some editing. So if y'all have any movie suggestions or like anything like that, hit me up because I am all ears. I have all Mythic plus 8s and 2 heroic and 1 Mythic raid slots. Very nice. Man, y'all are killing it. It really goes to show how important it is to have a guild to raid with. Because with my guild taking this season off, like, oh, this is going to be tough to find these raid slots. Oh no, we let our mana tea stacks fade. Ugh, it's so annoying. Hossein, very nice. Okay. Glad I got that right. I haven't even logged in this season. Broken Bones, I'll admit it. I'm having fun this season. Even though it just started, it might just be new season hype, but I like the dungeon pool now more than I liked the dungeons a lot back then. I think it's fun. Edge of Tomorrow is such a good action movie. Edge of Tomorrow, I've literally never heard of that. Edge of Tomorrow. Plus, in order for me to watch a movie, I guess I'm kind of reliant. My brother-in-law is like a big movie buff, so he has a big catalog of like movies that he owns digitally. That like I basically just go through, pick one if I ever need a movie to watch. So it kind of has to be something that he owns. So I guess I can't really ask y'all to like suggest unless I know he owns it, you know. But yeah, F10 Jubby, it's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. Especially like when I was progging Tendril is probably when I was the most annoyed by it. Because Tendril wipes, if you're wiping in P1, you'll literally wipe in 10 seconds. Like it'll be 10-second wipe. So it's really annoying when you have to keep refreshing these stacks between pools when you're wiping every 10 seconds, you know? It was frustrating. And like I kept having to like make my group wait for me to accept a ready check, and it was annoying. Apparently, there are a couple tanks that keep queuing up, and this raid lead is just not even accepting them. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Hossein has a question. Hold on, let me stretch. Ugh. As a monk, is there a weak aura that shows damage boss phases? Because I'm so confused about when to ramp on it because other healers heal so quickly. Yeah, I don't know if there's a weak aura. I think there's like a boss mods modifier that you can get. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. A boss mods modifier that'll kind of like say, hey, there's like a big damage instance coming in like 5 seconds. But also you can use like big wigs. Like you'll see whenever if we ever pull this fight before I die, the boss, there will be like there will be like countdowns to his abilities, and you can have countdowns to their abilities going off with big wigs. There are a couple different things that you can do. Oh, also, let's see, ERT Method Raid Tools is an add-on that you can do. That let's see, you can put on the screen like a timer with everything. You can put like a note, and it'll basically say, hey, at 3 seconds I know I need to do Yulon, for example. So you can like study the fight beforehand, like look up a log and see when the people are like popping cooldowns or when big damage is hitting. And then you could like make a note for yourself, like say, hey, at 56 seconds this star is going to hit, so I know I need to restore it. At a minute 11 I know I'm going to need to Yulon to heal. That kind of thing. You can kind of like loosely do it, but be careful of this because some bosses do certain spells based on different things. So like for example, some bosses will cast this big slam anytime they reach 50% health, and you can put that in your note to pop it around 1 minute 52. But if the boss reaches 50% health at like quicker one pull because y'all lusted P1 than they do your next pull, it could throw you off. So you kind of, it does take like a little bit of like, you can't just go off of this, but it can help you know like, oh, this mechanic is what I'm gonna combat with Yulon, like this route kind of thing. Yeah, so you can get MRT method raid tools, or I guess ERT. It used to be, I think, Echo raid tools or something. You can get that. It could help, but it's not perfect. That's the way that I do have to agree. The best way to know when to ramp is to learn the fight. So your first pull of a boss will not be good. Like it just won't. Like you saw earlier, like yeah, I'm top. I was top of healing, but we wiped and I was out of mana basically. So your first pool of bosses won't look good. You just have to learn when the damage is going to come in. But there are some add-ons that can kind of do that, but it's not perfect, you know. There's nothing that perfectly tells you when to press buttons. Other than when a fight is completely scripted down to the second, then you can do stuff like that, but yeah. Also, my manatee stacks. Dang it. We're not... What am I doing? All right. Yeah, there's a couple things. Exorcist raid tools. I used to use that, but then MRT kind of just, for me, did everything that Exorcist did. And more of that. Smolderon is a good example of a scripted fight. It does the same things every time at like the same time, basically. So, a good example. Hey, what's up, Mazama? We're waiting, currently, Mazama, we're waiting on, apparently we've been waiting for like a year for a tank to join. That's it. Oh man, thanks. I just must do the raid 100 times to learn the fight. Nothing better than that. I mean, like, no, you could, for example, like if you go to what I do at least to prep for a fight, like for the first time, is okay. Apparently, I'm getting human verification. Okay, we're a human. What I do if I say I'm about to pull like Mythic Taros, for example, what I do is like say I'm playing, let's just say I'm playing like Holy Priest. Let's just say I'm playing Holy Priest, right? If I'm playing Mythic Taros, I'll come to Mythic Taros logs and I'll sort by Holy Priest. And this is just an easy way to do it. I'll just click on one. It doesn't have to be the top one. It'll just be one of them. And I'll see what the damage patterns are. So, like here, you can see this is the healing pattern. But if I want to see the damage taken, that's better for you. So I see that you take a lot of amping up damage that peaks around 12 seconds. So for me as a Mistweaver, I know if I start my Yulon ramp at about 5 seconds, it'll peak at around like 12 to 15 seconds. So I'll be able to sponge up a lot of that healing if I Yulon at like 5 seconds. Same here, if I Yulon at about... Ooh, I guess I would have to delay my Yulon. So then this tells me if I Yulon at about 50 to 55 seconds, that'll be a juicy Yulon. So then that tells me now I should go back and change when I'm going to do my first Yulon to about 5 seconds pre-pool. That way it's up in time to get a 55-second Yulon off. So I basically just look at the damage incoming and plan out my Yulons based on that. So yeah, you see if I start at 5 seconds pre-pool, I'll be able to sponge up all this healing. Sponge up all this healing with my second Yulon. And then my third Yulon would probably be a bit late. So then, yeah, you just kind of adjust from there, basically. But yeah, you can look up logs, and that can... oh, you can't see. I literally did that. Oh, you're right. You are so right, Hussein. Okay, hold on. Oh, no. I have to fix that. I swapped something around in Streamlabs to where now it just shows you guys WoW instead of my whole monitor. You can't see the logs. Ah! Let me try to fix that. Let me try to fix that. Does this... How's this? And then if I do this, can y'all see my web page? Let me check. Yes, y'all can. Okay. So, once again, really quick, I'll come to Warcraft logs and say that I'm about to pull Taros Mythic. I'll click on Taros. It's set to Mythic. And I'll sort these by my spec that I'm playing. So if I'm playing Holy Priest, for example, I'll just sort down to Holy Priest. I'll sort by healing to see who does like the most healing as a Holy Priest. And I'll just click on a random one. Kako Benga, okay. And so I'll click on this log here, and then I'll click on the damage taken. This shows all the damage taken by the entire raid. And then from here, I was just showing you, like, here I would want to ramp about 5 seconds pre-pool. That way, my second ramp, I could do at about 55 seconds-ish to get, like, all this healing too. And that would set me up for a ramp about here, which would just be a bit late. So maybe I do it 10 seconds pre-pool. That way I can have, like, HOTS rolling for this first instance of damage. And then my second Yulon, I could pop about here at like 50 seconds and then sponge up all this healing. And then the third one, I could pop about 150, sponge up all this healing. And then 250, we're falling a bit behind here. So maybe I just hold off on this one. I don't Yulon here. And then that way I can Yulon like right here, that kind of thing. So I just look at a log and just see when would be a good time based on damage taken. And boom. Okay. Sorry about that. I totally forgot that I swapped that in my UI. Yeah. Nick, I appreciate that. No, yeah, I totally forgot because some people were commenting whenever I would swap tabs and like pull up like pull up my web browser, it would show you all my background. It would like flash a dog at you guys and like it would be a jump scare. So that's why I changed it to where now y'all just see my game instead of my whole screen. But hopefully that helps you. You can like look at logs and just see when the incoming damage is going to hit. Or you can also go to a log and see like, notice what second the damage goes up a lot. And then look at what is causing that. So you can look at damage sources and see, oh, it's when the boss casts this. Yeah. We can use trinket or other cooldowns there. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I forgot. I'm not even using my trinket. What am I doing? I appreciate that. But yeah, you can plan your cooldowns like that. Where's my other good one? There we go. Okay, now we have our trinket. We have our good old trusty trinket equipped. But yeah, you can either just practice on the boss a bunch, or you can like study a log and see when other people are popping cooldowns, or just study a log and see when the damage is happening. There are a lot of different ways that you can like prep for a ramp, but I don't know if an add-on is going to be the best answer for you. This is just going to be a crapshoot, guys. I can already smell it. Now we wait. They're in chat. I'm blocking it, but they're discussing the mechanic. Because apparently, only like one person knows what to do in this fight. Yeah. Thank you very much, man. You helped a lot. I hope I did. I know it's kind of like a non-answer, Hossein, but yeah, there are a couple resources that you can use to like prep for a fight. But the problem is there's no like one answer that I could give you because different fights do their damage in different ways. Like I said, some fights are very scripted, but then you think of like the second boss of the last raid of Amir Drasil, where it mattered which weapon you activated to kind of change the cycle of how the boss does its stuff, you know? So like that changes when incoming damage happens and stuff. Like it's all boss dependent, but that's why I look at logs, because you can look at a log of that boss and see what's causing its damage to happen. So then you can look on your bigwigs and see, okay, he's about to cast that spell in 5 seconds. I should start my ramp now, you know? That kind of prep. Nick, is this guy not like one of our guild members? He just said, I can, but I only know timings when my raid lead is calling it. That's so our guild. Dude, our guild is so reliant on our raid leader to tell us everything that a boss does. It's crazy. Two and 3 on ads, rest on boss. Yes, Captain. Yes, Chef. Where's Scott? Yeah, Scott's our raid lead. Dude, he's like top 10 raid leads in the world for sure. That feels familiar. Oh yeah, especially for you, Marley. Marley is that raid lead that the guild is dependent on. Maybe not. Maybe not the raid lead, but yeah, definitely a council member in the guild. Need to spend some mana though. All right, squad, let's go. Let's blast it. We're about to pull the boss. By accident, yes sir. And we lost all those manatee stacks, the ones that I worked so hard to get. We also don't have... Oh, you'll love to see it. You know, like, stay away from the boss, right? All those hard-earned manatee stacks. Now we need to... Yulon. I think our other Mistweaver is reviving that first one. I don't think I get clipped by that. I also have aggro, so that's just tragic. I don't know what to do. Yeah, we definitely have some group 2 and group 4 people over here, which is not good. Not what you want. Dude, what's happening? Oh, apparently I'm group 3 now. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to be at ads. What? I think he just changed that, right? I have no... Y'all, I could not tell you a single thing that's happened this whole fight. I know I'm dying, though. I have no idea what happened. I think we butt pulled, but I was not in group 3 the last time I checked. Oh my god, this is like the pug experience that we all know and love, right? Oh, brother. All that prep. This dude he said he was watching a video on how to do the eggs, And then he butt pulled. Like he was sitting still and the boss walked over. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Oh no, I'm the officer. Our raid lead is out of this world, man. Ours is too, dude. Our raid lead is insane. Preps like everything for us. He does so much. He even does custom week wars for us. That's crazy. Okay, ours doesn't do that, but that's like crazy. That's crazy. But our raid lead literally like writes out what's gonna happen. I know, right, Hussein? I know. Our raid lead does everything, like writes out everything that the boss does and stuff, and tells us where to stand and stuff. It's crazy. He does way too much, I think, but it's because our guild has become reliant on him. I've noticed, like they will not learn how to. Yeah, see that the raid lead just said that he was changing groups around. So here's our answer. Whew, goodness. I'm gonna say what groups are where because I am in a different group than I was. Good raid leads have so much work. They spend hours on prep. Yeah. Okay, so we are on ads. So I need to swap. Let's swap builds. Swap builds. We're gonna fist it up today. Definitely think a haste buff. Do we just go like without Shayloons? That's gotta be bad, right? That doesn't even fix our problem. Okay. So I'm an ad group. We also don't have a verse file. Let's see how much healing we can do. We have our trinket. It's gonna be weird to press our trinket in a fist weaving build. I am so happy. Finally timed my first 8 after so many bricks. That is amazing, dude. Great job, Warcode. That's awesome.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know when I'm supposed to go over to the ads. Been so long since I've played Chi-Ji in Raid. Oh, also, that's so awkward. I have to go over here now. Yeah, definitely miss Ancient Concordant, or Awaken, I'm sorry, Awaken Jade Fire. Definitely miss it. Let's heal the boy. Bring some AoE healing from the trinket. I don't know how long I'm supposed to do that. I hate pressing Essence Font, but I also hate kicking with no buffs. Oh, also we have Restoral. That's so awkward. I'm supposed to be over there. Give me a second. Let me get the reset. I never got the reset, but we're gonna... Does this kill my group if I go over here? That would have been such a fat revival. I don't want to just rip Chi-Ji. I wanted to actually get some value from it. You can see just how little healing we're doing. Ow. We're dying. What is happening, dude? Like, we're Did we cause the wipe? I have no idea. I have no idea. No reset on like 20 hits. Yeah, it was definitely very unlucky. But yeah, I definitely feel like I was healing a lot less with this build. We do want to swap to Revival if we're gonna give it another go. Yeah, I don't think this group is gonna be killing this boss, if I'm being totally honest. Tai Song, no! The one stream you catch, and it's just, we're just in a pug group that I don't think anyone knows the mechanics. I really don't. But hey, I'm glad you're able to catch it, even though it's literally it's literally about to end. Tai Song, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Look, we'll give it one more good solid pull for Tai Song, but I don't think this group has it in them to kill this boss. Yeah, this guy said Dathia is harder than this one. I would agree, dude. Dathia is a nightmare. But we're gonna give it the old college try. Take like 3. Maybe this is like try 4. Yeah, this boss is definitely requires coordination, and I just don't know if trying to pug it with a bunch of people that don't know what's going on, including myself, is the play. Damn, what is my luck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's go again. Oh, we have so much editing to do tonight, though. But Tai Song, one thing though is I do have. So I released my 1 minute guide for Mistweaver Mythic Plus, but we are gonna drop our like extended version, like the full-on in-depth guide. That is what I have to finish up today. But I did completely restart from like ground zero, making it. So it's gonna be very good, in my opinion. But it's taken a long time to make. Taken a long time. What was I going to change? I feel like there was one talent I was going to check. Oh, do we want 1 minute Chi-Ji or do we want to go Jade Bond? I say we just send Chi-Ji, and you know what? You know what? We go Awaken Jade Fire. There is a lot of movement on this fight, so I think there is maybe an argument to be made for Awaken Jade Fire just so you more consistently get the resets. I don't think it's better, but it'll make it more fun. Also, my allergies just like kicked in overdrive. I don't know what happened, but goodness. Yeah, we literally only have 2 people assigned to eggs. Like, dude, what is going on? I saw them. I saw the 1 minute, just waiting for the longer one. Yeah, it's definitely in the works. It's what I've spent all weekend on, and I basically completely made it. And then I was like, I was editing it down, and I was like, this is just so long. Like, it's so long. I don't want to put people through this, even though it had like, I tried to fit every ounce of information that I know about Mistweaver into that guide. But I just thought like I think I can accomplish that, but also make it shorter. So that's what I've been focusing on, is just redoing it but shorter. And yeah, I have like a 20-ish minute one that has all the information in it, and it's what I'm working on. But I do have a long ways to go for it. But if I'm able to tonight, I might be able to just grind it out and finish it. That's the plan. That's like my whole night tonight, is just maybe all the way until midnight, just blasting some editing, getting it done. Yes, that will hopefully be out tomorrow morning. If it's not out tomorrow morning, it will be. I'll probably release it like midday tomorrow if I can get it finished. But maybe the next day if I'm not able to. That's the plan, at least. I personally don't mind longer videos. I'm the same way. I really am, but some people really hate those. But someone did recommend maybe I should release the 40-minute version that's like incomplete. Just since I've spent so much time editing it, release it for the patrons. Just like put it on my Patreon and just that so that way they could have it as like a backup, information. And I might do that. I might do that. Whew. All right, Broodkeeper Diurna. May your vault have that. Good. Show me your build, my G. We just swapped to just a random Chi build. It's not perfect. There's definitely some things I would change if I was trying to optimize this. But we swapped to this because they just randomly threw us on the ad group like after a few pulls. And I don't know. I just want to see if we can get some good value from it. But we're rocking a Chi Ancient Teachings Feline build. We're also doing Jade Bond this pool to see, because I don't think we necessarily needed the 1 minute timer, but I do think having those giant smacks of masteries would be nice. Also, what is our mastery? 70%. Not playing Tier of Morning. I did a pool of Tier of Morning. I did, and it felt still fine. Like it felt better. It felt better than this, but this one it's just this boss specific. I'm seeing if being in the ad group makes Chi better to play. Basically, there's nothing there. I'm not like making a statement by doing a Chi build right now. We just were thrown on the ad group, and I just want to kick something. Like you ever just want to kick something? And look, you can see we used to be up here when we were doing the Yulon build. Now we're down here, but also last pool just went to hell and back. All right, gonna be waiting on the guide. Got to sleep for work tomorrow. Currently 1 a.m. Yeah, Taisong, definitely get some sleep. But hey, it was nice to see you. Glad you got to stop in for probably what's gonna be the last pool. But yeah, glad to see you. Hope to see you in the future as well. But good night. I was lurking, so I don't know what you're talking about at the moment, but I just want to say monks are the best. Fusocks, that you don't need context to have that opinion. That's the correct opinion. Also, one of our tanks just left the group. So, hey, you know what? Look, I'm not going to sit around for 30 more minutes and wait on a tank. The tank just left. Guys, I think we're going to call it there. I think we just let that be a statement. The tank just dropped the mic. Guys, we're going to call it. It is around time where I have to go start cooking for dinner. I'm cooking dinner for my wife. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It was a good stream while it lasted, but just we hit a wall on a boss. Unfortunately, it was the only boss we tried. But some days are just not pug friendly. Really, some fights aren't either. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. Today, you guys popped off. The chat hit like an all-time high without being rated. So I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I hope to see you guys in future streams. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around the same time. So if y'all were able to catch this stream, then, if you ever want to throw up a stream on a second monitor, feel free. I'm always down to ask questions or to answer questions. But I'll see you guys on Wednesday or in future videos and streams. But yeah, y'all go have a good night. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.